Man, what it is, what it ain't.
We back, baby.
It's the voice of the O. You already know how the fuck it go. This is episode 34 of the From the Jump podcast. I'm your host, DJ, with a few of my co-hosts, the bro host. Yes, sir, the man to my left.
Big Tony in the building.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. How you doing today?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Hey, I'm here with you guys.
Nice Monday.
Man, 2 weeks off. Man behind the camera.
Taylor in the building.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Will gave everybody COVID, so we had to schedule.
Wow.
We can't
that just
there.
Yeah, come on now. We can't do all that. Come
And the
on.
man to my right, the one, the only,
Hello.
With the fresh Bronco.
Billy Earl.
Right? Yeah, birthday stuff. Thanks.
With the
Shout out to the
brown
wife.
Boo.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
Why does he so
Hey, look.
aggressive? Always.
Look,
Hey man, you started it.
Gosh.
You know, whatever happened in this house, whoever had COVID, I went and took him some Gatorades and water. So I texted him when I got back in the car, dropped him at the door, get to the car, say, water outside. He'll come to the door like, you ain't gonna say nothing? I'm like, hey man, look, you know, I don't know what's going on in there.
Lay from a distance.
So we talked from my car to his porch. Conversated for a minute, got him out there.
Scared for nothing.
Had to
Social
play
distance.
safe. Had to play safe.
So how y'all feeling after the COVID stuff?
I feel fine. I never had COVID.
How little man?
He's doing better. Doing better.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wife had it, no?
Nothing. I mean, if we did have it, we were asymptomatic as hell.
Okay.
Because there was never a fever, cough, or anything from us. You know, we were both vaccinated, so I didn't. You know, she never had an experience or anything like that. And the oldest one, he had a little bit of a cough, but it was like more so like with the weather change.
Allergies, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You
Niggas.
think because she's 6'4", she get virus disease because she breathing up all the air?
Wow.
Oh, wow.
The air different.
I was
up there.
Yeah, it's different up
Not
there.
too many people get that.
I'm saying, just passing by. I'm like, oh,
You know, niggas is calling it the Omarion.
Oh,
So,
right.
whoa.
Yeah.
He said, you got the Omarion variant?
Well, Marion
how do you say it?
variant.
How do you say it? Omicron? How do you even say it?
Omicron.
Omicron.
Will would know, bro. He checked me so hard the other day about climate change.
I didn't check you. I just
blew my
was-
mind.
You asked
No,
the
bro, you
question.
be aggressive. Don't lie.
No,
That's
he
not
sent me some stuff
aggressive.
that on God, I was like, all right, bro, I ain't talking to you for a couple hours. like he had me tight. I'm at work like, that's how you feel, bro? You couldn't just respond with something a little better?
Now the real question is, what was y'all even talking about climate change for?
Because the weather was all messed up. You know what I mean? I'm just at work chilling. I'm like, I believe in climate change, something. And he going to say, well, technically, this equals this equals this equals this.
That's not.
The blah, blah, and blast me, but it messed about that long.
It was not that long.
And so I Googled it, and it was like he just took it from Google and put it in our message.
Do you really just go off of what I don't know?
No, is that what you did?
I went to the place that has the information and I shared it with you and
Oh,
said, hey,
see, I
this is
thought
where
you
I got
just
this
texted
from.
because you knew. I was like, oh.
No.
Global warming, 80 degrees in December. You know how it goes.
It's, bro, my wife was like, hey, do you want to go to Red Rock and start climbing on Saturday? Because it's hot. Quick question. Do you got, does food change for you guys if it's that hot outside?
Yeah, I ain't eating certain things.
Yeah.
You see
I'm
what I'm
not
saying?
eating
So she was like, hey, I still want to do the soup. I'm not eating soup if it's 80 degrees. I'm going to 7-Eleven. She's where's the ices?
No,
None
sir.
of this coffee, only none.
Like having chili when it's 80 degrees outside.
That don't make no
What?
sense.
That's gross.
Yeah, I was like, we'll do sandwiches,
Yeah,
ices.
I had a salad last couple days. It's feeling good.
Yes, sir.
That's what I like to hear. Man, so we've been gone for 2 weeks, man, making sure everybody was good and healthy.
sir.
You know what I'm saying? And we've missed a lot. We've missed the Big 12
TJ
championship.
had to put in some quality time. Let's not forget that. Shout out to him.
I had to put in some quality time.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Let me go over this real quick.
Nah, that's hilarious.
We had 2 weeks.
That's hilarious.
And at where I work at, if you catch the virus, you have 2 weeks. You got to be gone for 2 weeks. So
Yes,
I'm
sir.
assuming that it's going to be a 2-week deal. After 1 week, motherfuckers was like, you ready? I was like, bro, I thought we was going to give them 2 weeks. I don't know the difference because at my job, it's still the same. If you catch it, it's 2 weeks. But they was like, no, that's just like a week-long deal. Now it's only like a week. I was like, oh, this is news to me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's 10 days.
no, okay.
You're supposed to quarantine for 10 days.
But then again, you had to do some quality time.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Yeah, I spent some time.
I would have, you know, some of us got to do it. He done not had to do it. You know, he done had to do it.
Yeah.
So that's just what it is.
You know, it happens when you're in a relationship. I was gonna act like he in love.
So NCAA is crazy.
Man, so we missed a lot of what we're gonna call them conference championships.
Yeah.
Man. I don't know if we want to cover all of them. We can cover the ones that matter,
Nah,
but it's
yeah.
up to y'all.
I mean, it's 2 parts. What, 2 weeks past it, so we might as well touch the major ones.
Because I'm gonna tell you now, I don't give a fuck about Wake Forest and whoever else in the
Nah,
ACC
right.
championship.
Right.
Like, I just don't.
I want to
So-
talk about Utah, Oregon, though. Jeez.
Utah, Oregon, let's do that because people were talking about if Oregon made it into the playoffs and like you can't beat Oregon. They lost to them what, twice?
Yeah.
There's losing.
And Utah beating the brakes off of them like bad.
Guess what conference they're in?
Uh-oh, Pac-12.
Pac-12. Can't imagine what coaches went out there.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that. I forgot.
Oh, we been on.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yes, we haven't talked about
No.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah,
Hey,
we have.
got
covered it,
our
huh?
guy. Yeah.
We haven't been back since
they hired a new guy.
Since they hired.
Yeah,
My fault.
We got our dude. We got our guy.
I was confused.
Okay.
We got our
We was
guy.
off for that whole week where it was a little rough in Oklahoma. It was weird. Like Oklahoma, the wind was kind of low.
Bro, it was
Everybody
crazy.
was kind of sad.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The animosity with
Yep.
people was kind of touchy. And I'm like, there's no way we just upset about this coach.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a very big deal to us.
And so I was like, okay, cool. But then I feel like they hired who was fit for them.
Bro, it was so bad. They had breaking news in the middle of a day on a Tuesday. At 2 o'clock in Oklahoma. Breaking news. We hired a coach.
Yeah.
My wife was like, what happens? Is there a tornado? Is there a bomb? Like, do we need to get the kids? I was like, no. College football. She's like, are you serious?
It's facts.
It's different in Oklahoma.
My Twitter handle was the same thing for a week straight.
Yep.
And, I don't really follow too much sports
true.
stuff, but it's just like, but yeah, so we can talk about Oklahoma State too, because that was kind of sad.
Okay. Well, before we get into all that, let's just go ahead and turn it to Will so we can knock this out, man. So, how are you feeling? The coach y'all got? Because I'm not too up on it, on who y'all even hired.
We don't have Nick Saban. Okay. Not everybody gets Nick Saban, DJ.
Well, y'all had
Cheese and rice.
You can act like y'all didn't have Barry Switzers, and
That was in the 40s.
that's still
Bob Stoops.
Bob Stoops.
Bob Stoops was great.
Okay.
In the
I
40s.
don't understand.
Like, y'all have great coaches.
Yes.
Come through there. So let's not just act
We
like
had
Alabama.
the greatest.
Right. I'll
It's
give them
almost
that.
over.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
I'm
true.
so excited.
10 years.
You excited for Nick Saban to retire?
10 years.
10 years.
He not coached for 10 more years.
Watch.
Why are you excited for Nick Saban to leave?
So Alabama can suck again, so all them fake fans can be back to normal.
We'll be all right.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
All right.
We'll be okay.
Alrighty then.
So,
Super excited. Super excited. With Joe C, I didn't really expect like it to be BV like from the jump because there was a lot of like speculation out there. Like everybody had sources. Everybody was talking about like who could we get, and there were so many different names being thrown out there. Like dudes, I was like, who is this dude? And so like with Joe C, like he's very like in the dark, very like hush hush.
Yeah,
if you
himself.
don't know,
Yeah.
So it's very like peculiar, like to say oh there's BV out there and we're gonna get him. I'm just like, are you sure? So, long story short, I'm super excited. We got Schmitty back too. Super excited for
That's
him.
crazy.
Yes, sir.
We'll send a video in our group message, and it was the song.
Yeah,
Like,
it
up
was
like
Schmitty.
Smitty.
Yeah, holla at Coach Sumlin.
Yeah,
Holla at
the
Coach
song.
Stoops.
He's
Yes,
like,
sir.
Let me go run through a wall real quick.
Yes, sir.
right?
Yep.
He looks wild though.
Oh yeah, and see with like so it was Stoops, it was Schmitty, and it was Venables. And when they were in Oklahoma, the one thing that you didn't ever say was Oklahoma was not physical. All season, I was like, we're getting blown off the ball. O line looks bad, D line looks bad. Shout out to Coach Beatonball. He's staying. That's pretty awesome. Super excited about that because I was nervous about that. And I was like, we're gonna have to restart. And Joe C just is pulling it out left and right. And we got Levy from Ole Miss. Super excited about that. Very excited about that.
Still.
I'll tell you something else that not a lot of people know. Last 2 seasons, his offense is ranked higher than Lincoln Riley's.
Wow,
At Ole Miss.
that's dope.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Do I think Oklahoma's gonna go win a national championship next year? No. I think it's very hard to do.
Yeah.
Not everybody does that except certain people in Tuscaloosa. But I'm super. It feels better knowing that you have you're starting to slowly put the fire out because college football doesn't stop with you don't have a head coach. National Signing Day was December 15th, and if you don't have a guy back there in a position, there's still position coaches that they're still filling in. Your DB's coach, our guy just telling in. Hey, we might be getting what do you say? Ole Miss, A&M,
Bama,
something like that.
Yeah.
It's next signing day is February, so you want to get these kids in. Hey, this is what's going on.
Right.
Super. Just I wish I could do something for the guy as a big, huge thank you. But if Bob Stoops has never had to pay for a beer ever in his life in Oklahoma,
Nah.
like you saw the house was on fire and you didn't even hesitate and you just darted inside, women and children first. Like that was really just holy cow. He immediately is. You could tell in the press conference he was super upset. Immediately, he leaves that press conference, goes get on the plane, starts recruiting.
No doubt.
I'm just like, that's right there. I'm just like, I'm here for that.
Bob
But,
Stoops is football.
yeah,
He's a god in Oklahoma.
Yeah, he's a college
Yeah,
football.
he
I mean, that's what his life consists of. Like,
I'm
he even
super excited.
reporting college football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He can't get away from it.
Yep.
Some of us just can't.
Yeah, when you love something, especially there's a difference between really liking to play a sport and liking to coach it while you do it, and then you get away from it. But for him to be so involved post coaching, that's real love for the game.
Like, if you would have seen, obviously the way Lincoln Riley left was very,
Coochie.
random and all that. But if you'd have seen how USC accepted him when he got there versus
Yeah.
OU, it was just like he got off the plane, nobody was
dude,
there.
it was a Sunday night and we had to work the next day.
And
I was driving around. So we went and got coffee, and I called our boy. I said, "Hey man, what are you doing?" Because the Broncos were playing the Chiefs, and it was like easily like 8:45, 9 o'clock. Because I had like a jacket that it doesn't fit, and I was like, "Hey, do you want this?" He's like, "Sure." So I went and dropped it off at his house, and he calls back, and he's like, "Hey man, Brent is on the way," and I was like, "He's on the plane." He was like, "He should be landing in like the next hour." I was like, "You trying to go?" And I was so close to going, but like by the time I looked on Twitter, and it was just deep. They shut that airport down,
That's crazy.
and I was like, "That's real."
Yeah.
On a Sunday, we got school and work the next day. Yeah, we didn't care.
And then he had like Lincoln Riley's press conference was like trash. Like, like they kind of faked it to make it seem like people were there, and then Brett's was just like, the whole town's there. People outside waiting 2 a.m. You know,
and Lincoln's defense, like California just doesn't care about college football like
nah,
that.
they got too much
That's
going
what,
on.
dude. USC,
You're by the beach.
dude. That if I was in California, I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna go watch a USC game because Leonard, Reggie, but everybody. It's like that sounds awesome. They just don't care. There's so much to do out there. In the South, it's so different. This is like people like there was a few SC fans I was talking to on Twitter. They're like, you guys are making a big deal of this. Dude, this is what we have. We don't have baseball like anybody else does. We don't have NFL like everybody else does. This is what we have in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
We have like the Thunder there for a little bit, but they're struggling as doing what they do. But like with college football, OU and OSU, this is a religion down in this state.
That's true.
Either you have orange or you have crimson on a Saturday, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have all this other stuff like California does. So I was like, yeah. It's hard to explain to other people that have like all of it. So like Texas have plenty of stuff.
Everything.
You see what I'm saying? Like football is huge down there.
3
but
NFL
like,
teams.
Exactly. 2 basketball teams. 2 hockey teams. 1 hockey team. 1 hockey team. I know at least.
Stars, yeah.
But there's just so much to do. We don't have that. So I was like, yeah, if you know, you know.
Yeah,
you just don't know. And it's fun.
And for us, we really take pride in like, accepting people and then showing them how loyal and how much we support them, no matter if they've done absolutely nothing. But we have hopes for them. Just like when Lincoln Riley came, same thing for him.
Yeah,
young
we were
guy.
super excited.
And for an OU fan, it's like, this is a really young guy behind coming from Bob Stoops. And even then, they're like, we're going to give you every opportunity, bro. Go do your thing. Wish you the best of luck. And then the way it happens. But then everybody's like, bring Brett back. And, 10 years ago, obviously, things were different because it was probably time for a change, so he had to leave, go get different experiences. But for him to say, OU's the only place he would go be a head coach at is beautiful. Like, it just shows how much or Oklahoma impacted his life back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Will was saying, I think just Oklahoma is a state that really cares about their football team. And, obviously, I got the Bama shit on. And, we don't have anything else. Like in Alabama, it's Crimson Tide or Auburn, same as OSU. So I was excited for it, even though I'm not the biggest OU fan. I just enjoy that whenever OU is doing good and OU is like feeling empowered about their team, like that's when the whole college atmosphere is really different in Oklahoma. Like what's going on, and like I said, going into next season, it's going to be exciting seeing how everybody feels about it. The enthusiasm, how the season starts. Like it's going to be a whole new vibe. It's not going to be like is Lincoln going to make it past the first round? It's going to be like a whole new era. So the air. You can feel like the change in the air, like feels just a little different.
It does feel different, and we can wrap this up. But the biggest thing that I feel like I said, is the physicality is going to be different with Schmitty being back. Discipline, they'll be much better, and I fully expect the defense to actually look different. Now they're going to hold people to 5 points or 6 points again. No, like that's just unrealistic. Just schematic is going to be different. Mentality is going to be different, and players they'll come and go size wise, all that good jazz, but up here is where it all starts. And Brent is that dude to get you feeling different. And statistically, there was like, what's he gonna do with defense? I'm like, he was at Clemson for 10 years. 7 or 8 of those 10 years, they had a top 10 defense. The last time Oklahoma had a top 10 defense, he was our coordinator.
Oh wow!
See what I'm saying? So I'm in for it. Now it's different being a DC at OU, DC at Clemson. Now you're a head coach at Oklahoma, so the expectations are a little bit higher. But honestly, I feel like he's got some time to get us all straight, but he's starting to build like the right, environment, the right culture around there. And those guys, coming back. We got all of our wide receivers coming back, which tells me number 13 might be sticking around, which he never said he was leaving.
Right.
So it's just one of those things you look and you're like, oh, everybody's, jumping ship.
Yeah, the way he was on Twitter the other day kind of made it seem like
he was on the podcast on the Prairie, which, we'll listen to. He didn't really give a whole lot there, but just like how he has been, kind of radio silent, not really forward and doing a lot, which and not as a biased OU fan, it makes sense for him to come back because you don't have 7 behind you, like waiting for you, which shout out to 7, nothing but the best. I think he's going to be great at SC. I'm super excited for him and starting to go out there with Shane Beamer. Oh, yeah.
That's weird to me.
Coach Beamer, I'm super excited for them. They play Arkansas week 2.
Did Stockner leave?
Yeah, him
Stockner
and Rattler both left. Which, I mean, that's fine. You know, wish you guys the best.
Yeah. With both coming too, I think a lot of recruits are going to come to Oklahoma, or players from in the transfer portal start transferring to OU, because you start seeing a lot of decommitting from everybody.
Yeah.
And then it's just going to start funneling in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, also one thing I wanted to touch on before we get to some of the other games, I want to give a big shout out and congratulations to Coach Deion Sanders down there for flipping the number 2 overall player in the country. They said number 1 or number 2.
Yeah.
From a major D1 in Florida State to go down there and play with him. I mean, that's like, I've been hearing a lot, but once I heard that, I was like, that's gonna push a lot of other players. Like, it's gonna put something in their mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, if you're great, you're gonna be great, and it's gonna show. But to give an opportunity to those historically black colleges and different things like that, and hopefully getting more players to go down there and, you know, put some of that money into those programs,
right,
doing different things like that. You know, I seen some coaches and some other people talking a little shit on it, but I think it's a good look, and it's something that can eventually turn into something where those schools are actually respected in college football the way that they should be.
If you ever get the opportunity to watch their little show they have on YouTube, it'll really show you like the investment that Deion's putting in as a coach for his team. And now he got his son at quarterback, those type of things. But you took a program that was struggling to 11-1, take them to the conference championship. They lost.
Oh, did
they lost in the whatever they just played the other day.
Yeah, like their national championship.
Yeah, it was kind of, they lost in a very aggressive manner, but at the end of the day, they were there.
Right.
You know, and so then he actually got another high recruit commit the other day too. So for him, I know it's the name, but a lot of times, you know, the conversation hasn't been had about the HBCUs, and it's always been like, oh, well, this school has this, this school has that. Well, now kids are like, I want to change the outlook on all that. So, and I'm happy for them, young cats. You know, take the chance. You know, all through history, we always have somebody that ruffles some feathers, and if they can be the ones to do it, then HBCU can do the thing. But yeah, shout out to them for sure.
Absolutely.
You think they gave him a $2 million check?
So what?
I'm hearing they talking about they gave him $2 million.
Give who?
That kid.
NIL.
Man, I was going to say, if it
They
is,
said Barstool Sports was on the back end, like sliding him a couple dollars. That's what I heard on the streets. Hey, but all right.
Either way, should he an 18, 19-year-old kid get $2 million? I would.
Yeah, it's hard to say no.
Well, people are salty, but I'm like, I don't know. That's just a rumor, but
my issue is you never know how the player's going to pan out.
Right,
What's going to happen. So, those type of commit where they go, let them ride it out, because he could transfer at any time.
Yeah.
If it's not working out, he can go. So
Yeah.
I just was on a I was seeing people. Sorry, what school was he going to go? Was he going to go?
Florida State.
Florida State, yeah.
Okay, I was on their little Reddit group, and they on there pissed. They mad as hell.
Yeah,
but
and
they
rightfully
were trying to
so,
say that they feel like it's a dumb decision in the aspect of he's not going to have a lot of film,
right.
and the players he lined up against are D2 players or whatever. Like they're not going to
The
be
FCS
players.
players.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're like, that's a 1 year rental, blah blah, and they're like really convinced they probably gave him money. And I'm like, even if he did whatever, but I do think it's a better look for him to go to school like that.
Yeah.
But I also be wondering, like, is that going to prepare him correctly for NFL? Because
Jackson State?
Yeah, because I'm saying that school's not going to have like the resources.
Yeah, so the thing is about the NFL, they always, like, they'll find it. If you are good enough, they'll go find you. Like, there's a lot of players in the NFL right now that, like Adam Thielen was Division II at first. Then he went Division I, so on and so forth. So, just for example, they're like, oh, he won't have no film. He doesn't need legitimate film until he's a junior. So he could play Jackson State freshman, sophomore year, and then I'm going to go try something else. Then he has illegitimate film for a junior and maybe senior if he plays. So in that sense, it's like not saying you're being selfish, but what's he going to do except be a freshman and a sophomore playing football on your team? And he might not even start. So you got a senior at corner, say he's better than him. He might not play for 2 or 3 years. So what was all the ruckus for?
Do y'all mind that money thing getting into college football? No. I'm cool with players getting paid. But I'm saying, like, y'all think about, like, it obviously is going to change college football, obviously. Because you can legally now
pay them.
With the NIL this year, I would say made college football a little more competitive in total. So maybe it was for the better. You know, kids can go other places and play smaller schools so they can beat somebody. You know, UCFs are in there, and then UTSA was undefeated for a while. Like, you can get an opportunity to play and be on big games because your team is better because the good players are starting to spread out a little bit.
Yeah.
I just want to bring that up because I know that was a topic of discussion a lot when he signed.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I mean, at the end of the day, hopefully that money is distributed properly to those players, and that, you know, it's not a thing where you're just trying to pay every major player that you can get to go there. Because I like it just because from the aspect like, okay, you can go to this school, but you might not start. But you come over here, you might get paid a little bit more. And you get an opportunity to play. So it's not like everybody's just loading up. Like Alabama, it'd be cool for us to get everybody. But if you get it spread out, Georgia, OU, and now these people are just trying to get places to go play so they can present their skill set. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, go somewhere and your skills will speak for themselves. And if you get paid for it, I mean, it is what it is.
I agree.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get to some of these games, man. We were touching on Oregon and Utah really quick. Utah won 38-10. And what was Oregon before? They were like 4?
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
They were, they're 4.
Yeah, when they beat Ohio State, that just makes that loss look so much worse for Ohio State.
Yeah. But the thing is, the week before that, Utah beat them again, right?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Beat them like a drum.
Yeah. Smacked the shit out.
And I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Guess who their quarterback is? Transfer from Texas.
Bo Nix. Oh, who?
Cameron Rising for Utah.
Oh, for
that
Utah.
is
Okay,
right.
okay. I thought you meant for Oregon.
So Anthony Brown from Oregon went 13 of 24 for 147 yards, 6.1 yards, a completion, no touchdown, 2 interceptions. The running back, what was his name? Let me get the first name. Travis Dye had 15 carries for 82 yards, averaged 5.5 yards a carry for 1 touchdown. Utah, the rising kid he was just talking about, 15 completions on 24 attempts, 170 yards, 7.1 yards, a completion, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. That's crazy because they damn near had identical rushing. Let's see, this kid's name is Tavion Thomas, 18 carries for 63 yards, averaged 3.5 yards a carry for 2 touchdowns. And then TJ Pledger had 5 carries for 20 yards, averaged 4 yards a carry for 1 touchdown.
You from OU, right?
I think so, yeah, because I knew I heard that name before.
Yeah. I got to ask you a question in a minute about OU in a minute. But
Okay.
About OU?
Yeah, because me and Hodges arguing. He said Brooks sucks, the running
Kennedy
back.
Brooks?
Yeah. And so our other coach is like, well, he had a 3,000 yards rushing season or something like that. And he's like, so? He's not a top 20 running back of OU in all time. And I was like, I got to ask Will about that.
Yeah, speak on that because I don't really know.
I'm like 20. I'm like, I don't know 20, obviously, but,
For starters, Kenny Brooks is amazing.
that's how I felt.
Yeah,
I was like, he averaged 6 yards a carry.
Was he sexy like DeMarco Murray or Peterson? No. But he did exactly what you needed him to do, and I thought he was phenomenal.
What is comparable to Quentin Griffin?
He's not as little or as shifty as Quentin Griffin. He's more so like a Damian Williams,
Right.
which he's a little bit heavier. But no, Kenny Brooks was phenomenal. Okay. He was a great running back.
I was saying for
Also, it hurts if your O-line is awful.
exactly.
Yeah.
And
Because
he
it's
still had
weird
3,000
that
yards.
OU looked incredible when we won the Big 12 championship against Iowa State. That exact same team came back and we had a horrible offensive line. And we looked different.
Yeah.
That's weird. Yeah, no. I thought Kenny Brooks was phenomenal. I think he's great.
You're not gonna pause or nothing.
What?
Yeah.
With what?
Did you say sexy?
Yeah, yeah.
Like running.
The
Like
gameplay.
running.
The
You
gameplay.
keep saying that. With stuff like
Hold on. Was Peterson the way
No,
that
but
like
you-
so guys like Reggie Bush, the way that he
Flashy.
played was very flashy and just phenomenal.
Yeah.
flashy, great, sexy. I swear, I'm like, what are we doing there? But go ahead,
That's just,
bro.
that's just the
I'm
way
just
like some
saying.
like the way that's just the way like some people like will explain it. So, for example,
You heard
like
somebody
the way,
on radio, like Colin Cowherd or somebody.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
so the way like Kirk
Not
Cousins plays
attractive.
quarterback, yeah. So the way that Kirk Cousins plays quarterback, it's efficient. He does exactly what he needs to do. It's not flashy. And it's not sexy. However, Patrick Mahomes does it, and you're like, oh my god, you see what I'm saying? They still win. They still the exact same.
They
thing.
do.
It's just
gotta
more
pause.
like of a.
Pause it. It's
Can't,
know what I mean?
and Patrick Mahomes' brother gay too. We got to pause all that.
He need to go
But
somewhere.
sexy in the same. Speak. Wait, wait.
Yeah, we heard about that shit.
Lord.
Keep going, bro. I just
Rest in peace to Jackson.
you've been
man.
using
He
that
got
a lot
body
lately,
bag.
but I've been like, bro, you need to
So
chill.
then Oklahoma State lost.
Then Oklahoma State lost to Baylor.
Dude, that game was trash, first off. I hate watching it. It was boring. Back and forth was bad. I'm like, Gundy was being Gundy to me. But then again, Spencer's just not
It's
good at quarterback.
Shit.
He's just not good at
not
quarterback. Like Casey Thompson, you're in the transfer portal. Go ahead and make
Hell no, go Oklahoma State. Don't do that. Don't do
I
that.
need it, please.
Please.
Don't do that.
Because I think our backup is some bum that can't run.
Where do y'all think he is going though? Since you
I
brought it
haven't
up.
heard anything.
I
I haven't either.
So I
Nah,
can't even
shit.
tell you.
So Oklahoma State.
yeah. Like, until further, I couldn't.
And it's crazy. We all like
And, I
somewhat
know-
connected to the
yeah.
situation. I have not heard a single thing.
You know, Damon one of his closest friends, and I ain't even heard nothing from him. You know, and they talk all the time, and I'm like, what it is. He's like, bro, I don't know. He keeping it hush on himself. He gonna figure it out. I'm like, that's cool.
I mean, but what if y'all could just speculate? Just because I mean, y'all know more than I do. What schools are open for quarterback? I mean, what do y'all
I
think?
mean, Auburn
Oklahoma
now,
State.
right?
Consider
Auburn.
his situation, all that. Where y'all think he would go?
Oklahoma State, Auburn. Cause shit, what is I know it's off subject, but kind of off subject. Quinn Ewers from Ohio State. He was a freshman this year. He just transferred to Texas, so I'm guessing
That's what kind of pushed him out.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all think so? Okay.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, that 5-star that's transferred. Yeah, and everybody's buying in on him.
he's 17.
Texas never really bought in on
Yeah,
Texas.
then
They never bought in
there
on
was no
Casey.
pressure about the backup
Exactly.
next year and all that type of stuff.
And I don't
The
understand
coaching
like
issue,
why Sark was like everybody in Texas was so sold on Hudson Card, but they weren't like you can tell they just didn't buy into Casey like that. So Casey's like, all right, screw it.
And
I don't blame him.
And in my opinion, one of those situations where I don't think he's a Sark system guy.
No.
So Sark wasn't the right coach for him.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's why he left. And I think he might have 2 years because of COVID, so he'll have a place to go rock and roll. But I really don't know, bro. Like, I can't even think of what senior quarterbacks are leaving that he could replace.
The only thing I was thinking, I was like, damn, because I didn't know. Obviously, we don't know what the OU's quarterback. Sorry, I'm going blank.
Caleb Williams.
Williams. We don't know
CW.
what exactly what he was doing. Well, when I read it, I was like, I never heard exactly
Yeah.
what he's doing. I'm like, maybe he'd come here, but I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know if OU kept some of those guys that are still coming, some of those 5-stars they signed at quarterback
They have some, right? I thought.
that Lincoln had. I don't know if they're still coming.
Like Malachi Nelson?
Yeah.
No, he decommitted a long
yeah,
time
so,
ago. Yeah.
So I was, you don't know what OU has coming in. So,
Right.
You know, but I don't think Casey wants to sit anywhere he goes.
Yeah, they signed one guy, I can't think of his name, but he's a 4 or 5 star in the 2023 class.
Oh, okay.
So
I can see Casey in orange and black. That's all I'm saying.
Is Mordecai a senior? Did he graduate?
Mordecai,
Yeah.
dude, he's been gone.
No, I'm talking about from SMU.
Oh yeah. I was like, he has not played.
Is he a senior?
I think so.
Oh, so
believe so,
maybe
maybe.
SMU. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
really
just
don't know.
that was so out of nowhere. Like he posted that up, and I'm like, oh, I guess were y'all expecting it? I mean,
No,
y'all, like I
I-
said, y'all pay attention a little bit more than I do.
Yeah, once that commitment happened from the transfer portal, I knew it was like, okay,
Writing's on the wall.
something's going on
For sure.
Okay, bet.
So
Yep.
They want their Colt McCoy style quarterback. You know what I'm
why
saying?
when Vince Young was the best?
Thank
the
you.
best.
Somebody need to talk to him.
Texas is stuck in the same just pit that you've been in. You're trying to replicate everything that university had and stood for whenever Mac Brown was there. Newsflash, he ain't there no more. Vince Young's not walking through that door. Lyman Sweet ain't walking through that door.
No.
Jamal Charles ain't walking through the door. You need to reinvent the wheel and completely revamp Texas football.
Absolutely.
There's zero reason why Texas has been this bad for this long.
Yeah.
I love it as an OU fan, but for them, like that's terrible. Texas is one of 3 states that should not leave their state to recruit: California, Florida, and Texas. Those 3 places you should never have to leave, ever, to recruit. And Texas is losing recruits
Left and right.
everybody.
Right.
Like what? No, that's
Shit, how many Oklahoma OU greats have came out of Texas?
you see what I'm saying?
Majority. Like if you ever hear their lineups, like San Antonio,
Yeah,
exactly.
Plano, like okay,
Adrian Peterson, right?
Peterson, Kyler, Baker. What? How do you lose? How do you let them 3 slip?
No disrespect Texas, but what color is them quarterbacks for majority of them?
Caucasian.
And what's crazy is I feel like OU was looking like when they're like week or so, nobody could find a coach and everybody knows what's going on. Everybody's starting to throw out like, oh, he's about to be the new Texas, like, you know. And I'm like,
Oh yeah, hey,
I don't think it ever could get there. 'cause I don't know
for starter,
Texas.
our administration is beyond so much better than Texas.
Yeah, that's-
if Texas had a Joe Castiglione, they'd be in a much better place.
Absolutely.
They don't, we do. That's why we are in a much better situation than they are.
Well, one day they'll figure it out, maybe. So,
If they tell those boosters to shut up, they will.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, if you get them out the room and get them out the office, and be like, let me run this for a year and you can then come back. But they will never do that
Right.
because money runs college football.
Absolutely.
that still blows my mind.
So, real quick, back to the Baylor-Oklahoma State game. Shaping, which I was surprised that whatever the name is, Bohemian.
Gary Bohannon?
Bohemian.
Yeah.
Bohemian.
Hey, I was surprised that they didn't start him or play him. Obviously, he played the last 2 games, so you want to keep the team in the flow.
He was hurt, and they knew that they were hoping that Georgia would beat Bama because they knew that they had a shot, and you would want Gary Bohannon behind, center if you're going to make the playoffs. So it's one of those like, do we play you to get there and risk a further injury, or do we bench you and still try to win and hope to God that Georgia loses or Georgia wins type thing? So I get it.
So Shapin had 28 attempts, completed 23 of his passes for 180 yards, averaged 6.4 yards of completion and had 3 touchdowns. No rushing touchdowns at all, which is crazy. And people want to talk shit about Oklahoma State's defense, but we'll get there later.
Who's talking about Oklahoma State defense?
Everybody. They're supposed to be the best defense in the Big 12. And
They are.
Yeah, they're not supposed to be. They are.
Right. I mean, it doesn't help when your quarterback's throwing 8 interceptions, but, that's where we're at now.
They've been the best defense all year.
Spencer Saunders. I don't know who they thought this nigga was. Brett Favre, Tom Brady.
He looked bad.
He's more like Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. Threw 46 passes. Spencer Saunders.
I'll tell you, I mean, obviously our running back got hurt. So
Yeah, Jalen Warren.
when they took Jalen out, you kind of,
Yep.
yeah.
I didn't think Jackson was too bad. I don't know why he didn't cut up the field on that last play, but we'll get there.
Dude.
Spencer Saunders completed 31 of 46 pass attempts for 257 yards, an average of 5.6 yards of completion, 0 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions.
That right there. That'll do it.
You almost throw 300 yards passing and you have 4 interceptions.
Bro, I was at my homie's house. I'd go outside, pick. Come back in, go outside, pick. I'm like, okay.
Some of those were bad.
And you still almost won.
Yep.
Like legitimately almost won if you just don't throw another pick. Maybe. You know what I mean? And obviously the running back got to get cut from scholarship now, but you got to score that.
You have 8 trips. You have 8 or 9 trips inside the 5-yard line, and you don't come away with a touchdown.
Yeah, you can't
You were going to lose that football game every single time. If you get in the not even the red zone, the 5-yard line, 8 or 9 times, and you don't come away with a touchdown ever, that's ball game.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Crazy, dude. Like you could just try to QB sneak it every time.
Yeah.
And like what blows me about Gundy is he'll go shotgun. Mm-hmm. Why are we in shotgun? And then you're going to run the ball like that. That doesn't even make no logical sense to me. In shotgun.
And that running back is a good fucking size.
Yep.
He wasn't no small little bitty running back that we.
And the issue with him is this is Gundy all season been blowing me. Pause.
He caught it.
He passed on first, pass on second, runs on third.
Yep.
No, I can't even. I've never seen nothing like that in my entire life.
It's the opposite way.
It could be 3rd and 8. He run the ball. What is the plan here? And Warren was pretty solid all season. Yep. Start the possession with a run, then go pass. But Gundy's one of the most stable coaches. He ain't worried about nothing.
That's true.
He gonna be there as long as he wants.
Oh yeah, this was a highlight year for Gundy.
I seen something the other day talking about he want to go to LSU. He want to leave. None of us don't even care what he got going as long as he win majority of his games.
If I was Gundy, I'm not going nowhere.
I wouldn't. Either.
I would say exactly right here. You basically have the biggest get out of jail free card that any college football coach can have.
Yeah.
What else does he need to do for Oklahoma State? How many consecutive 10-win seasons has he had? You were this close to going to the national championship with Brandon Wheaton. Mm-hmm. You almost just won a Big 12 championship last year. You've definitely exceeded expectations. You just beat the team that you haven't beaten very much at all.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that anywhere else.
Yeah, his job is.
You go to LSU and lose twice to Bama, you're out.
Yeah.
You got to tick the clock anywhere you go.
Yeah,
so I'm like, oh yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
Man.
So what are you supposed to do on that play, bro? Because I'm sitting here
Which
like,
one?
The last play.
You got to cut
up field. You're trying to beat someone to the pylon, and you're trying to stretch. As big as that motherfucker is, I'm going to the outside, and as soon as I think I can turn my body facing the goal line and stretch the ball out, I'm not running sideways and then trying to reach out this way.
I'm like, well, my man didn't juke.
Most people run to the pylon and try to run through the pylon. Mm-hmm. He jumped early and tried to reach for it. Well, in that sense, it's one-on-one. If it's one-on-one, and a lot of times you got to take the battle at that point. Like, I'm going head full speed. He is. We got to hit and either score. Or I'm diving straight across. I'm not going to try to race you to the pylon. And then you dive and not make it.
So do y'all think it was adrenaline and everything played a part? Because, I mean, he been playing football. I don't know the dude.
But I think he young. I think he was young.
Yeah.
I'm saying, but obviously he been playing football. It's like he's probably scored something like that before his life.
This is my thing. You're running to the left side. It don't matter which way you're going, right? So this is my thought process, and I feel like should be most people's. You're running this way. It's one-on-one. You're at the 1 yard line. When you're getting there, you put it in your left arm. If you're going to stiff arm. That way you can get a few extra inches and rotate your body and put it in there. He didn't even try to like turn his body to face upward. He just tried to run and then stretch the ball out right. Like with that size and you're running that fast, you're gonna have to use your body, man.
It's 1 yard. Like it's a little friction. You can battle for a second.
Yes.
I feel bad for that man because that's solely on him.
Because if it was
one-on-one,
if it was Warren was gonna say me and you what it is.
Yep.
And I'm gonna run you over, or you're gonna tackle me. It's the two options we got, and he was gonna take the chance. And that's in that situation. If it's 1 yard, a lot of time running back's momentum can keep him unless you got a linebacker that can really get down. But if it's a corner, you can win that battle.
Like people don't realize how hard it is when somebody's running in a direction, especially if you're if you're cutting up one way, to stop somebody from, like, if you're running this way and I'm coming this way, there's no 9 times out of 10 I'm not stopping you. you're going this way. I'm trying to push you this way. You're still going to get that way a little
Yeah,
bit.
your momentum's gonna carry you.
Yeah. So it's hard to just instantly hit somebody and stop them unless you're fucking just out.
Like even like when I was
crazy.
young, say like when we was young, there's a kid named Andrew Long. If I'm standing, if I break through the line and he running at me, he gonna hit me a lot of times, and I'm gonna fall backwards.
Yep.
But I'm gonna tackle him. But he's gonna get 2 or 3 yards because he's coming full speed. And so, or say I was running at a diagonal angle and had to tackle him while I clip his legs, and he still falls forward. So it's just, I don't know. I didn't understand what he was thinking. I'm like, you win that game right then and there. You win that game.
Absolutely.
That's big for OSU. The Big 12 championship. Am I right?
Yeah, first time
Big,
ever.
right? Ever?
Yeah, first time Oklahoma State wins the Big 12 ever, right?
No way.
No, they won back in like 2014, 2015. But they didn't. This is the first time they've actually been to the Big 12 championship. Yes. But back then we didn't have
Yeah,
the game.
right.
So
Okay.
yeah, but
So yeah,
Oh, bringing it up too. I seen an article. I don't know if there's any truth to it. About OU and OSU about Bedlam not being able to be a thing anymore.
you don't
Oh,
want to
yeah,
do
that's
it,
wrong.
which makes sense for money, supposedly. But
to be honest with you, why?
I don't know why. They
Right.
don't.
No, I'm saying like why would we do Bedlam?
Oh, just for the state, I guess.
It's tradition. I mean, would you not be
Yeah.
low key like, damn,
And
Bedlam?
we all love Bedlam.
Yeah. like-
If I was OSU fans, I'd be upset. As an Oklahoma fan, I don't care.
okay, that's fair. Because
y'all-
Because for one, like if it was like if it OU Texas, I'd be like, whoa, time out. You know?
Oh, you like that more than?
No, yeah, without question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but for OU, it
competitiveness or
doesn't.
what?
Huh?
Is it competitive? Like, what? Why do you like?
It's an entirely different like atmosphere.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is completely different.
Yeah.
If you guys ever get a chance to go to OU Texas, just with it being on a neutral site, being at the state fair, it is so different than any type of Bedlam. Like I almost wish like Bedlam could be at a neutral site. Like I'd have loved to see OU at Bedlam at Jerry World, but with it being Mike Gundy's before this last year, Mike Gundy's beaten OU twice.
Yeah.
So it's every year like we're gonna win, and there's just gonna be nothing here. Okay, cool, we're Big 12 champs, and go play Iowa State, TCU, Baylor, whoever to go and try to go to the playoffs. But with OU Texas is 7-2 when OU is a double-digit favorite. You have no idea what you're getting when you go to OU Texas.
That's true.
For the most part, you know exactly what's going to happen.
Right.
Gundy's going to fold because he always does. Doesn't matter who the coach is, he's going to fold.
Right.
Honestly, probably should have lost this year. Without a few different you almost lost on a I don't know who in a black jersey. Do you see number 13? There's no as an OU fan, I loved it, but as an OSU fan, I would be irate. Let me tell you something. And when we spoke about it the last time when we were here, I spoke to 5 different OSU fans. They were like, "That's it. That right there. It's plays like this that gets us beat in Bedlam
Every year.
He takes off from the 20 and he gets all the way down to like the OSU 30. I'm like, oh dear God.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like Kyler Murray and get to OU Texas a few years ago. I was like, this is it. We're about to win this game. And then of course ridiculous PI that wasn't called, but stuff like that, like no. But OU Texas, it's because the atmosphere that I was just at this year, I've never seen anything like that at Bedlam. I've been to 4 or 5 Bedlams. I've been to like 8 OU Texas.
But then again, I heard the Bedlam this year was wild.
Oh yeah, like if it was more like that, it would be like it could be more.
I
like
think
this.
OU's always so much favored. It's not,
It's just
Oh, she's like, oh, we're gonna lose. You know what I mean, but when we feel like we're gonna win, that's when everybody comes out.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, for sure. This was
That makes
definitely
sense.
the
I
year
never
to
thought of
go.
it like that.
So, I don't care about Cincinnati, Houston. I really don't. Do y'all?
No, we'll just get straight to the Bama Georgia situation.
Yes, sir. Ski. Oh, I've been so waiting for this.
For what?
For this Georgia, Alabama.
Oh yeah.
Nobody cares. We're in Oklahoma.
We'll be acting dumb.
That's fine. That's fine. People can act dumb because they was looking dumb. You
Who
don't
was?
realize, shit, everybody that was talking shit about Alabama, how they were going to get rolled by Georgia.
What's the one thing I
didn't-
said? What is the one thing I said about that game?
What?
There's one coach that can do it. It's who?
It's Nick Saban.
Yeah, it's the same thing with like in the NFL. Everybody's doubting Bill Belichick. You don't have Tom Brady. You don't. There's 2 coaches you just don't doubt ever.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that Bama was going to go in there like dominate the way they did. Like if you'd told me Bama wins this game, I wouldn't have been surprised because Georgia's offense is awful.
Thank
Horrific.
you.
They are bad.
They were. And
They are
they have
bad.
been all
Stetson
year.
Bennett is not good. I'm sorry. He is not a good quarterback. He's not great. Dude, he's missing throws left and right. I'm like, dude, Bama's defense can't get got.
Yeah.
Like they've shown it. Auburn showed it. LSU showed it. Tennessee showed it. Like Bama can't get got. Bama probably should have 2 or 3 losses right now, but they don't because their offense steps on the field and you have no answer.
Yeah.
Georgia, like I think they really have a really good defense. I think they have an extraordinary defense. Honestly, I think it's a little ridiculous. They were the number 1 team in the nation, and at one time did they have a Heisman candidate on their team, which is dumb, but whatever.
Shout out to Bryce.
Debut.
Yeah, buddy.
I like if it was going to go to an Alabama player, I'd have picked Will Anderson, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Like the Heisman is just it's not what it should be, and that was made very clear after Ndamukong Suh didn't win, and there was a lot of Heisman voters that were like, "Who is Christian McCaffrey?"
That's crazy.
How the hell do you not know who Chris McCaffrey is?
Yeah, man.
Oh, I don't stay, like all the East Coast voters. They don't stay up long enough to watch the West Coast games. That's ridiculous. That needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
Like that's just dumb. No, I'm not saying Bryce doesn't deserve it. I think he's great. I think he's an extraordinary quarterback. What he looked like at the beginning of the year to what he looks like now, I'm like, oh yeah. You give him an offseason or two against with Nick Saban, yeah, he'll be straight.
Yeah,
Man.
He'll be straight. But yeah, Georgia's defense, they just got gassed, and it's a little surprising that they got beat down as bad as it was. The final score
41-24.
How does that happen with John Mechie on the field? Their best wide receiver is not on the field, and all of your attention now goes to Mr. Williams.
Yes, sir.
You got Brian Young in the back. Is it Brian Young? Right?
Yeah.
Is that his name? Last name? The running back?
Robinson.
Brian Robinson. You got Robinson in the backfield, who was good. You have Bryce Young, who was phenomenal. And you got Mr. Jameson Williams outside. You got a three-headed monster that you have to get. Now, one of those players is down because John Mechie is like gone. Now, I don't. He's done for the year?
Yeah, he's done.
See, so now it kind of it doesn't get easier, but you have tape on these three guys. You have to do something with that good of a defense. For starters, Jordan Davis, you got to get to Bryce.
yeah.
Like you can't give Bryce Young back there all day. He picked apart that defense.
Boy.
I mean, he was back there writing Christmas cards, just like
Bing, bing, bing.
one of these days. What time the game is tomorrow? Oh, hey, what's up, Jameson? And just launched. I was like, what is happening?
Right.
Georgia looked inept on all sides of the ball. Defense couldn't do anything. Don't even get me started on Stetson Bennett. Why did he transfer? Why did you play for Georgia? He looked like he should be in the Big 12 with as bad as he played.
Man.
That looked like a K-State quarterback. They're not. I'm sorry. And right now, I'm picking Michigan. Give me Harbaugh over the Bulldogs. I'm sorry. I'll take the points, everything. I'm sorry.
That or what?
Huh?
We taking that bet or what?
I'll definitely take that bet. Just Georgia,
If they make whoever they play, I'll make the bet with you.
Huh?
Whoever they play.
What do you mean? Georgia plays Michigan.
Oh, you talking about that game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm not picking Michigan to go all the way.
Oh, I thought
because if you win, you're most likely going to go up against Bama. It's no disrespect to Cincy, but you're what it is.
Yeah.
Georgia's defense is so good. They remind me kind of like Miami a few years back when they were like turnover change. They were so good defensively because their offense was that bad.
Yeah.
If your offense is that bad, you got to score defensively. Georgia couldn't do that against Bama. There was nothing that they could do. I'm just like, this is going to get bad. This is going to get really bad.
That's
really
probably
fast.
the best offense they played all year, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Because Georgia's side of the SEC is terrible.
Oh yeah. The ACC East was bad.
So my boy CJ at work, he was telling me, he was one of those people like, I can't wait to see Alabama get their ass whooped so I can stop seeing you talk shit. And I'm like, I don't talk shit. Y'all just be on, oh, you so bad. I just got to bring up Alabama every now and then. But he was like, so what do you think is going to happen?
You're lying.
What?
You be talking shit.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, never. Just saying. So he was like, so what do you think is going to happen? Georgia's got the best defense, blah, 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 blah. You see what they did against Auburn. I'm like, look, the SEC, for the most part, is a run-first conference. I said Georgia had the best run defense in the country. I said if we can put the ball in the air, we have a chance to win the game.
Yeah, they have the best defensive line by a landslide.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. If you get past that front seven, then you might have a game on your hands. But if we just come out there trying to power the ball every time and just trying to run through people, it's going to get real ugly real fast.
Yeah.
But Bryce Young hit 8 different targets. And again, Mechie went down with a torn ACL or MCL on a cut, too. It wasn't even he got hit. Yeah. He just tried to run around, came out of it the wrong way, and boom. That was it.
That sucks.
Yeah, I was hurt. I was like, damn, man, because he was balling.
But once again, it's Nick Saban is who he is. His game plan coming into it was absolutely perfect. He had a lot of film, obviously, to be like, we could do this, this, and this different than that team did. So we're a little better than them on this side of the ball. And, so I watched a little bit of it. Once I realized Bama was going to win, I'm like, yeah, go ahead, cut that off. So.
Bama had over 500 yards of total offense against the number one team, or number one defense in the league.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Georgia was 3 for 12 on third down. That's going to get you beat against a good team like Bama. You can't be that inept and that bad on offense going up against Nick Saban.
Big facts.
And everybody was like, and listen, I didn't doubt Bama would win this game. I picked Georgia just because of the defense. I was like, I've seen Bama play this year. And have they looked as strong as they have recently? No. Now, do they have the chance to win? Hell yeah. Let me tell you why. Because the man called the plays. You got that dude at the helm, you can win anything. Dude, they went to a national championship with Blake Sims. Who is Blake Sims right now? Nobody knows. They won a national championship with Jake Coker. Who is that?
Coker.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But with Stetson Bennett, I'm just like, oh, dear God. And you saw it, too. A few of those plays, I was like, this is about to get really bad. Bama's about to blow this game open. if he cannot move the ball. And they finally scored. I want to say it was like 17 or 14 because he got 14-0 like that. I was like, oh, Jesus. And they finally scored. It was not a good ball, but the guy caught it. And I was like, all right, let's do it. And then Bama just took off. He looked back.
Yeah. And to Will's point, Georgia's offense, if you've watched the games, is not good. Like, it's just not.
No,
like,
it hasn't been all season.
Yeah, because everybody's like, Georgia, blah, blah, blah. You know, their running backs is nice. You know, the quarterback does his job when he has to. But I'm like, who have they played with a good defense in the first place?
He sucked. The quarterback sucks.
Suck.
And so once I started seeing Bama get a few stops, I was like, okay, this is our chance. Bryce Young was putting shit on the money.
Yeah.
That's the best.
He
season
kind of
of all
stamped
season.
himself.
Yeah.
Huh?
He stamped himself out.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I was like, if he wins this game, he's winning high.
Like, I don't even know who was in the race, to be honest.
Shit. Didn't they have a fake slide, Mr. Fake Slide up there?
Mr. Fake Slide. Wow. Okay. Can we
Mr.
take
Fake
it?
Slide,
Yes.
yeah.
He got banned because of him.
Yeah.
All right.
That move
That was
clean.
That
dope,
was
yeah.
nice, bro.
I never thought of it. That's crazy.
It's pretty. Yeah.
Look, if I'm in NCAA, Mike Shandam, I'm like, shit, they want to do it.
Man.
But the nigga that get
Hit,
rocked,
fucked up from
That's-
it.
yeah, that's your fault.
don't do it then.
That
But
is
I
true.
guess
I
that
like
was
that.
like that wasn't a game when the play was. It was like
might
They
have-
took the lead.
I was like, didn't it matter? They did
Yeah.
that. So I mean, I get it because he scored a touchdown. But I'm like, y'all gonna ban it? Damn.
So the final score was 24-41, Alabama winning. Stetson Bennett attempted 48 passes, completed 29 for a total of 340 yards, averaged 7.1 yards of completion with 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, no rushing touchdowns. On the other side of the ball, with the Crimson Tide, Bryce Young attempted 44 pass attempts, completed 26 for a total of 421 yards, an average of 9.6 yards of completion with 3 touchdowns, no interception. Bryce Young also added a rushing touchdown. So, yeah, man. Mechie went down. Mechie had 6 receptions for 97 yards and a touchdown, and Jameson Williams had 7 receptions for 184 yards, an average of 26.3 yards a catch and 2 touchdowns.
Stupid.
Averaging 26 yards a catch, bro. That shit
Stupid.
is wild.
Deshaun Jackson type shit.
Secondary didn't know what they wanted to do.
They had no answer for none of that.
No, I was just not expecting that from their fronts. Like, I didn't feel like Alabama, especially blocking, did anything crazy. Like, their blocking schemes and any of that. They just seemed like they weren't getting pressure back there, bro. The whole game.
If you told me that Bama wins this game 27-24, 27-21, I'd be like, oh, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
If you're telling me Bama's going to go in there and win by double digits, I'd be like, I mean, we'll see, you know.
Yeah.
Coming off the Iron Bowl.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, okay, you know, let's take a look and see. But yeah, Bama balled out, and you know, I expect them to just. I'm sorry, no disrespect to Cincinnati.
What if since he won?
I would cry.
That would be insane.
I would be very confused as to how.
Nick Saban might leave.
Yeah, right.
He
I'm
might.
just like,
It's
I don't
time.
know if they'll go in and like get curb stomped. I don't want to just put that in the air, but I don't have.
I think it'll be a 21.
Yeah, it doesn't seem promising.
It
You know how
just
that is though. Teams will give it they all.
Mm-hmm.
Suck it.
Yeah, hey,
I'll say suck
you
it.
know?
But y'all know what I mean.
No, for sure.
They
A
might.
team like that's been waiting to get in.
Yeah, they've been waiting for a while. I just think it's crazy how you come off of losing Jameson Williams for a game in the Iron Bowl, and then you lose Mechie the next game.
I do think it's dumb that the committee did do Bama Georgia again.
Yes.
Because that's the ranking should have been exactly that. It should have been Bama Georgia playing again, but they moved Georgia down so that way they would play Michigan instead of it being a repeat of Bama Georgia. That's dumb. Just rank the teams how they should be ranked.
They want another SEC championship game, which is kind of stupid in my opinion. I agree. I wanted it like that just because, I mean, I'd rather knock out Georgia earlier sooner than later.
Yeah.
You know, I actually like Michigan this year. I like the way that they're running the ball. Ohio State, they're hooping. So,
Yeah.
but I would have rather played Georgia first round.
I definitely got Michigan Bama in the national championship. I'm sorry, I have no faith in Georgia. What I've seen from Georgia, I just don't have faith in their offense at all.
Yeah, Michigan's playing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get
Hey,
to it,
on it.
man.
Rolling
We're
through
here
it.
then. Let's go. Georgia, Georgia and Michigan State, Michigan.
Yeah.
And then you have Alabama, Cincy. How are you feeling about Michigan? What have they shown you? Do you feel like with obviously they've been running the ball well, but against that front seven from Georgia and how they've been playing the run this year, how are y'all feeling? Because I don't think Michigan is a very
Georgia's an 8-point favorite. Okay. That's bizarre. The 800 is a freak. You know, he's about it. And Stetson Bennett didn't really look comfortable against Bama, so you better guard 97 for starters, because otherwise he's gonna be in the backfield and you ain't gonna have no type of answer. The problem is if Georgia's defense cannot score, if you cannot get Cade McNamara off maybe throw a pick, maybe rush him, get some hurries going on, you're going to get picked apart again. Yeah. It's exactly like you said. If they don't run it well, they're going to throw it. And if you don't believe that they can throw it, call Ryan Day because he'll tell you. Because Ohio State they're still trying to figure out how they got torched by Michigan as bad as they did.
Yeah.
Michigan did whatever the hell they wanted to against Ohio State.
Beat the brakes.
I'm talking. It was bad. I was like, Harbaugh in here showing out.
Long time,
And Harbaugh is on a mission. Bro, they were the last 2 or 3 years have been talking about is he on the hot seat? Is he on the hot seat? I just beat Ohio State and I'm one game away from the national championship. Oh yeah, he's trying to sign a contract.
Yeah.
I see Cole.
Yeah.
But he already got 10 years, didn't he?
No, I'm just like in general. I'm trying to make sure I'm never on a hot seat again.
Right.
Because there was another coach he signed a 5-year contract and his ass is gone.
Yeah, he did.
So there we are.
So how are you feeling, man? How you feeling about the Michigan-Georgia game, personally?
I think Georgia has to. They're going to come in thinking we have to get to the national championship. So they're going to play
more desperate.
I think they're going to run the ball maybe a little bit more, try to keep the passing to a minimum with him because they think he struggles. But I think Georgia will pull it out because Harbaugh over the years, to me, he's like a coin toss. His coaching style. But this year, I feel like he's really getting busy. So I'll probably take Georgia in that one at the end of the day.
And
I'd say
Harbaugh
3
really,
points.
And Harbaugh really they got robbed at Ohio State a few years back. That 4-down stop that they had that was considered a first down, that's a stop. Michigan wins that game, that's a stop. There was another one in at Ann Arbor where I'm like, they win this game if it's not for a few missed calls. Because you see Michigan State, when it was Michigan State, they blocked a punt, ran back for a touchdown, and that was the end of the game.
Yeah.
I'm just like, Harbaugh has got like the worst luck. I don't think he's a bad coach. I think he's got like a bad draw.
Yes.
So I'm just like, he could easily be in a better situation, in a different situation. Like the narrative on him could be so much different had these gone just a little slightly different. I'm rooting for Big Blue for sure. I'd like to see them do it. I have no faith in Cincinnati. How are you a 13.5-point favorite in the college playoff game? But okay.
Yeah.
I don't have any faith in Cincinnati.
Obviously, Bama gonna win there.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping. We'll see how it goes.
He's the same guy said it was trash like 5 weeks.
Bro,
that's fine. You saw. I was running telling OU was trash. They should fire people. Like
that's true.
They look bad.
But we said AO specifically said Bama's best team in the country, and he like no, bro.
I didn't think so. I'm not gonna be
maybe
honest.
at the time he said it.
You did say trash.
I did say that. This okay. Same with you, Will. Since we're gonna have this conversation, because you're an OSU fan, but you could probably attest to what he's gonna say. Your expectations for OU every year is winning conference and playing for the national championship, right?
Yes.
Okay. The Alabama standard is to just be the best overall all the time.
Yeah.
So this is a weak year for us. Like our running backs aren't as big as they've normally been with Mark Ingrams, the Derrick Henrys, the Trent Richardson. Damn, even with Bo Scarborough, like we're used to monsters in the backfield.
God, he was so big.
And they help when you can run the ball the way that you want to. Pause. It helps when you have those style of running backs. A lot of the running backs that we have now look like juiced up wide receivers.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot harder to run the ball at the efficiency that Nick Saban's accustomed to running it. Because now, I mean, how many years has Nick Saban honestly been a shotgun passing out the backfield type of guy? Like it's usually hard nosed down the field type shit. So it's a different type of feel right now, especially Bryce Young. He was the first Alabama quarterback to win the national Heisman Trophy.
Isn't it crazy? That's only their fourth Heisman winner. Mm-hmm. Their first one was Mark Ingram.
Because we always talk about their team's good, but the players, you know what I mean? Like you always have guys that are great, but there's like multiples on that team. Like it's not like OU where you have Kyler Murray, who's just hands down better than everybody else.
Yeah, that's right close, yeah.
Baker Mayfield was hands down the best on his team at that time. Who's the other one I'm missing?
Who's CD? I don't know.
Timmy B.
Yeah. Obviously, in my opinion, the best passing quarterback OU's had because he used to throw balls that used to just blow my mind.
They're proud to put them City North. Shout out.
Shout out.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Like I said, God, he was so big.
Dude, he was huge, man. Have you seen a picture of Bo Scarborough?
Okay, pause, bro.
Man, we NFL now? What we doing now?
We can get there, man.
Because
Bro, playoff time. Right around the corner.
It is. It's right here, man.
Let's do it.
Tom Brady ass too, bro.
Okay.
Pause.
Okay.
But I'm on Tom Brady.
Okay.
Oh, geez.
You want to
He
start
should be
there,
acting
Alex?
like
Apparently, we're
that.
starting with the Bucks.
Ain't no reason he
start
should be
with the
acting like that. I don't know what makes you think he can act like that towards his teammates going to the other sideline.
Yeah,
he told
yelling
the
at the
coach to fuck off.
referees, and then he yelled at the DC for New Orleans last night.
He said,
Really?
"Fuck off."
Yeah, he did.
Or go fuck yourself.
That's
whatever.
exactly. Yeah, there was definitely an F-bomb in there for sure.
I'm like,
You
nigga,
did?
kiss your kids, nigga. Shut up.
Wow.
On the mouth. Make
Right.
out with him. Say something.
So long.
People wild.
Why
I
did
didn't
he
see
say
this
that,
shit.
Will? Do you know why?
Brady was pissed off.
His first shutout
He doesn't know
in
how
15
to.
years.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to like lose properly. You ever notice, like, after he lost the Super Bowl to Nick Foles, he walks off the field?
So you telling
But
me?
yeah, when you go beat Matt Ryan, you're like, hey, where you at? Brady, listen, I love him. I think he's definitely the best quarterback that I've ever seen, for sure.
He's the GOAT.
But you take those losses like a man, dude.
Yeah, facts.
That's part of it.
They don't come very often.
No.
Like, just take it.
You have to know that you are public enemy number one. That dude who picked that ball, if he was like, hey, what's up? What's up, 12? Yeah, exactly. I picked off Turner. That's a big deal. You see what I'm saying? Like, you lost, and
To
not
Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
To Taysom Hill.
to not go, I'm not sound like a Buccaneers fan. First off, shout out to the people on Twitter talking about, like, well, what's Brady going to do now? He ain't got Mike Evans or Chris Godwin. Did you see him play in New England? He was throwing the pizza dudes and truck drivers.
Come on. I can't
Like,
tell you.
stop.
Danny
What are you?
Amendola.
Hold on. I was like, what are
was
you
his best
talking
receiver all
about?
time.
Now, you don't have Bill Belichick. That's a big deal.
Yeah, but Bruce ain't,
you know,
Bruce ain't a bad second.
Exactly.
Still got Gronk.
That's a little bad. That's a bad loss. That's bad. I don't know how have you. He's lost 4 straight to New Orleans.
Jesus.
What?
You know who that first? Drew Brees said,
that, you know.
I'm top dog around this.
It is what it is there. But are they a game up, 2 games up in their division? In the
I don't know.
NFC
The
South?
fact
Yeah,
that they got offered, I was like,
dude, Ryan Suckup, what are you doing, dude? He had like 2 missed field goals. I was like, what is happening?
Bruh.
Like,
I woke up,
okay.
I was like, dang.
And the defense gave you what you wanted. They gave you 9 points. You should be able to win with that with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
With a bunch of backup, you got Scotty Miller, Fournette went down, Chris Godwin went down, Mike Evans went down. That's a lot. That is hard for sure to move the ball. Gronk's still there, but he's 1 catch away and 1 incompletion away from being down for the rest of the year. So
Right, that's true.
yeah,
So
That's crazy, bro.
Green Bay is leading the NFC.
that division's a joke.
Dallas is in second with 10-4.
Can't wait to talk about that one.
Tampa's 10-4, and the Cardinals are 10-4.
Good Lord. What is happening with the NFL?
Yo.
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
No,
Kyler
we
Murray,
gotta
though.
talk
Kyler
shit.
Murray, bro. What's going on with him?
Hey, you me tell you what's going on? The head coach, what's going on?
He throwing more picks than I.
Cliff Kingsbury, that's exactly what happens to him. And it happened last year. They started off great. It happened in Texas Tech. He starts out so well, and then come this time of the year, he doesn't have just like, I got a flat tire. The transmission just fell out 40 miles back, and I don't know where my cell phone is. That type of situation here. Dude, I'm sorry. I'm out. I'm done.
So let's go ahead and hit it, man. Arizona loses to the Detroit Lions.
There's losing,
and
then
hold on.
there's...
Let me talk about Detroit first off. They've lost a lot of games by very small points.
Yes.
So give the coach credit, and then give my boy Jared Goff some credit.
I'm not giving the other credit, but okay.
Because you
go
be
ahead.
hating on Jared Goff. He doing a lot better than Matt Stafford was doing
He's some ass.
What did he just say?
in Detroit last season.
What are you talking about?
What is happening right now?
How many games did Detroit win last year?
Like, hold on. I don't want to be. I want to say like 8, but it might have been 5.
I think it was 5. Was it 5?
Will already probably.
Yeah, Will got it. But yeah, no.
And his team is.
They were 5-11.
The only quarterback I will apologize to might be Carson Wentz, and he ain't really doing shit. That defense is nice, and Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, because his stats is trash.
That's what I'm saying.
But still, still better. I still like Jared Goff better than Matt Stafford. That's
Why?
I just like him better. To me, he just
Do you see what the Rams are doing right now?
Therefore, they cool, I guess.
You know they don't have a running back to help out Matt Stafford.
Should you need one? Look at your wide receivers.
You do need one.
What do you need one for?
So that way you're not so one-dimensional in the NFC.
You obviously have one of the best wide receiver cores, too. Cooper Kupp might, in my opinion, might be the best receiver in football right now because he don't drop balls.
No, he's not.
Because he doesn't drop balls.
Who you
That's my
want,
biggest
Devontae
thing.
Adams?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's fine. Devontae Cook. So number 2. And then you got Odell, who hasn't been good in a while, who all of a sudden starting to wake up a little bit. And if he happens to pan out to be fitting, you have arguably the best 1-2 punch in wide receivers.
And let's not shit on Van Jefferson.
He's not bad. He's nice.
Van Jefferson is nice.
Nice little 3.
And then their tight end is Everett.
Higbee.
Oh, Higbee.
Higbee
You know what I'm
is,
saying?
yeah, Higbee's nice.
And so I'm like, he has the option now. Running backs, I don't even know who his running back is.
It
Sonny
was him.
Michel.
Yeah, Sonny Michel.
Oh, Sonny Michel. Okay.
Henderson got hurt.
You come from New England, so
Yeah,
you suck. But
came from Georgia.
yeah, I respect what Detroit's done. They fought a lot this year. They obviously couldn't pull three here, 3 there.
Right.
So on and so forth. But I think they're doing okay for the most part.
I think they're
So-
doing awful because they're trash.
Let's go ahead and go to
They
the
always
stats real
have been.
quick.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Kyler Murray had 41 attempts, completed 23 passes, and averaged 6.3 yards of completion. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. They had 12 points.
Who?
Yeah, Cardinals.
Oh man,
Detroit. Jared Goff, 26 attempts, 21 completions for 216 yards, 8.3 yards to completion, 3 touchdowns, no interception.
that's tough. Stats.
You go 0 for 4 in the red zone is not going to help you either.
That's tough. Those stats was nice.
That was
Against a
probably
good
his
team.
best game.
Against a good team.
And their defense is good.
Yeah.
Defense is good. I don't know what's going on. Obviously,
But Kyler been hurt off and on
Yeah.
this year, so that hurts.
they beat like the fucking Rams and everybody else, but they lose to. I mean, that's kind of like Tennessee.
Man, don't even get me started on Tennessee.
Nah, we
That
gonna get
happened
there.
so tight.
We gonna get there because I want to scream. So, I want to go to a game that I thought was gonna be a little different, and this involves my boy Billy D's Denver Broncos.
Oh God,
Bengals versus the Broncos.
It
Which
is-
I will.
it's badly watching them play.
Teddy B went off on the stretcher.
Man,
It was
That was
carted off.
bad.
sad, yo.
That hit was terrible.
Boy,
He went up in the air, and I was like, all right. Then he gets hit and going down. I'm like, dear God, he might have just died.
yeah, bro. I was scared. I ain't seen nothing like that in a minute.
Yeah, I thought he was going to
Teddy
get up after a while. I was like, they're going to take his face mask off, and he'll get up, and it'll be fine. But then they brought the cart out there and brought the stretcher, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So bad.
So before the injury,
So now the stud's back.
yeah. All right. Teddy Bridgewater threw
Pause.
22 passes, completed 12.
Who's his backup?
Drew Lock.
Drew Lock
God,
had
Best
a
quarterback in
total
the
of
NFL.
98 yards, 4.5 yards completion,
Jameis
no
Winston
touchdown,
has
no
it.
interception. Oh wow. Drew Lock had 6 completions on 12 attempts for 88 yards, an average of 7.3 yards of completion, 1 touchdown.
It's not bad.
it's
not-
awful.
It's not bad.
He missed a lot of throws. He looked awful
Oh,
yesterday.
Jesus Christ.
He wasn't good. They're not good. It's so frustrating watching the Broncos play.
Man.
Like if we had an offense, first of all, I don't know. Guess who put Jamar Chase on cuffs yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
PS2.
PS2,
sir.
baby.
I'm
Roll
telling-
Tide.
You have the Cincinnati Bengals at 15 points. You have to win that game at home.
Absolutely.
You have to win that game. If we had any type of inept quarterback of some sorts, like, can we throw the ball, please? Also, run the football. The Broncos are 7-1 whenever they run the ball over 28 times.
Oh, trusty.
They're 1-6, or sorry, they're 7-1 when they have more than 28 rushing attempts. They're 1-6 whenever they don't. Guess how many we had yesterday? 26. Guess we do? Lost. Mm-hmm. Run the football.
Yeah.
Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams are a phenomenal 1-2 punch. They are
Very
so great 1-2
underrated.
punch.
Oh, trust
Underrated.
Javonte Williams is going to be real nice with the Denver. If he can stay there, we get our O-line good to go. Yeah, I'm being on him.
Going in there?
Can I ask you a question?
That's good.
Why did the number 10 not catch a pass yesterday? Throw him the ball.
They don't fuck with Jerry.
Cortland Sutton had two passes thrown his way yesterday. Jerry Jeudy didn't even get a pass thrown
Dallas
his way.
throws the ball to CD. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
like, what is happening? That was bad.
Yeah, that is bad.
It's super frustrating watching that team play.
So, watching that game, there was only 1 touchdown on each side.
Yeah.
So,
The rest
Joe
was field
Burrow-
goals?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Joe Burrow had 22 attempts, 15 completions, 157 yards for 7.1 yards of completion, 1 touchdown. Joe Mixon had 17 carries for 58 yards. Samaje Perine had 4 carries for 30 yards. And what's his name? Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd had 5 receptions, 96 yards, an average of 19.2 yards of completion reception.
Just looking at all of that, like
1 touchdown.
You have to win that.
Yeah, they're like 4 quarters of just field goals. Field goals, bro. 1 touchdown on each team.
Jamar Chase had 1 reception for 3 yards. Jamar Chase,
Wow.
Jamar-
who's fighting for the rookie of the year.
Big facts.
I'm all in on PS2.
Yeah, man.
I'm all in on him.
So, do we really want to talk about this this Packers Ravens game? Because I was
They
really
had the backup in, so I don't really.
right.
But it was a good, hard fought game.
Bro, he was
Yeah,
balling.
And my thing
backup?
is, Huntley's, how you said,
yeah, Huntley.
he threw a bad pass to Mark Andrews, that late pass.
Yes,
If he would have put it by the pylon, Mark Andrews catch that ball.
yes. Me and Will were
But
talking about it.
he had a pretty solid game for the
He had
most
a
part.
great
But
game,
in my opinion, Mark Andrews is making his real sophisticated, like, I'm number 2, best tight end in the league. Only one better than me is Kelsey.
And that's the thing, like, and it's crazy because when I have Mark Andrews on my fantasy team,
Yeah.
and I have
He was going dumb.
yeah, I have Lamar Jackson, but I'm like, when Lamar Jackson is in there, he does not focus Mark Andrews as much as, like, he's usually trying to go deep to Hollywood Brown
yeah.
a lot of times. But the last game, Mark Andrews had 25 fantasy points, and in this game he had 35.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that shit is crazy.
Because my thing is when you have to worry about the rush,
Mm-hmm.
the inside of the field's open a lot. So he's hitting Mark Andrews like a lot of time he was catching balls wide open.
Man. So let's go to Mr. Huntley. He had attempted 40 passes, completed 28 for 215 yards, an average of 5.4 yards of completion, and 2 touchdowns. He also had 13 carries for 73 yards, an average of 5.6 yards a carry, and another 2 touchdowns with his feet, which I thought was very impressive.
Bro, he
for
killed
being
it.
a backup.
I thought he looked great yesterday. This Lamar Jackson 2.0. Not that he's better than Lamar, but just if you can have that as a backup, With as much as Lamar runs, he runs the risk of getting hurt, sprained ankle, sprained knee, my back hurts or whatever. You got Tyler Huntley on the bench. Let's do it. Let's roll.
And the crazy thing is the way he runs and shit like that. It doesn't look too different.
No.
Like the front running for him, the way he takes off, and everybody's like, Baltimore loves black quarterbacks. I'm like, no, they have a system that they run with Lamar.
He only took one sack yesterday. What?
As a backup.
Yes.
And you're playing Aaron Rodgers.
There's a backup playing right now who don't look good at all.
Man.
Up in Cleveland. Speaking of which, Browns fans, do you still want Baker out of there? Working a little rough without him? That's weird.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers had 31 attempts for 23 completions, 268 yards, an average of 8.6 yards.
That's that dude.
Completion, 3 touchdowns. A.J. Dillon also added a rushing touchdown with 7 carries, 22 yards. Let's see. Valdez-Scantling caught one. He had 5 receptions for 98 yards. He's nice. Devontae Adams had one, 6 receptions, 44 yards. And then Adam Jones had one, 2 receptions for 12 yards. Very great game. And I got to give, all the credit to Huntley coming in there. What were they down, like 17?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And late in the game, it might have been the fourth quarter, and just came back, 2 touchdowns, bam, bam. Against Aaron Rodgers again. I think they're leading their division now in the NFC.
Crazy.
They've slammed the door on that division a long time ago.
So to just do that as a backup quarterback and come in there and, obviously you're playing behind arguably one of the best quarterbacks in his generation.
Yeah, they got down 31-17 in the fourth quarter with 9 minutes left.
So,
and you lose by
Started going
1.
crazy.
And that's only because they didn't kick the field goal. They were trying to win it right then and there.
Yeah.
They could have kicked that, win the overtime, and probably got the ball back.
Yeah.
So, you got to take it for what it is. Obviously, some people, you don't want to try to give Aaron Rodgers the ball back in overtime. So, it is. I just, like I told Will, rolling out right and limiting him to just being on the whole right side of the field instead of just a regular shotgun play where he can, if he has to run it left or run it right.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if he would have hiked the ball and just stopped for a second and looked to the left side of the field, that whole left side with everybody running to the right was wide open. He could have outran everybody.
Even if he has to scramble to the right, if you just start out and just retreat and then you run to the right, it gives you still have the entire field. But when you immediately just hut and you take off like that, you're limiting yourself to half of the field right now. So. Yeah, I thought it was.
It makes the field small.
Yeah. I thought it was a great game. Absolutely. A lot of fun to watch for sure.
Absolutely. So another game I want to cover real quick, which is my team, the Tennessee Titans versus the Steelers.
I didn't get a chance to watch that.
It was shit.
Yeah, man. Tannehill threw a pick so bad, bro. I had to go and say, bro, did you see that pick he just threw?
I said, yep.
Well, he goes to throw it, right? The defensive end taps it, like, and then he turns and catches it. Boom. And I'm like, bro, there's no way. But then again, Julio obviously isn't fast like he used to be.
And he got hurt again.
Yeah, so he's not making routes that you throw the pass he'll probably catch back in the day.
Yeah.
So he gets hurt. Then I'm like, he has nobody to pass to. He has no one to run the ball. Luckily, I have his running back in fantasy.
Foreman.
Soon as they start handing him the ball, he gets hurt. And I'm like, bro, Tennessee's just going. And with him at quarterback, he's not going to save you.
Yeah.
So
Not at all.
No, not great.
So I want to give credit on this one to Deontay Foreman, Texas Longhorn.
Oh, okay.
He was projected to go, very high. I'm not sure if he did or didn't, but it was a very good and productive running back at the University of Texas.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
That's exactly
and,
what you asked for.
Bounced around the league for a little bit, but he had 22 carries for 108 yards as, I think, a fourth-string running back, and then just came in because McNichols is still hurt. Hilliard's the third-string running back.
Yeah.
So, I got to give him credit to be in that position, and obviously that you're playing behind one of the greatest running backs in their generation, and to be able to do what you got to do to help your team win, even though your quarterback sucks ass. It is what it is. Tannehill had 32 attempts with 23 completions, 153 yards, average of 4.8 yards of completion, no touchdowns, and 1 interception. Big trash. That's what we call him. Oh, he had a running touchdown. My bad. My bad. Big Ben. Guess what? He had 25 attempts, 16 completions, 148 yards.
They just need to shut the season down for him.
No touchdowns, no interceptions. Just
give the AFC North to the Browns and just call it what it is.
Oh, he had a rushing touchdown. How do you have a rushing touchdown for no yards? He has 3 carries for no yards.
Big Ben is terrible.
3 carries, no yards. And I'm guessing the rest of it's field goals. Another field goal game. Anything else? Oh, this was one we could touch I thought was interesting. The Patriots lose to the Indianapolis Colts.
There's losing, and then there's just getting. I didn't get to watch that. I watched a little bit of it, but I went and saw Spider-Man. Shout out to blank because that was blank, and I thought you were blank. So shout out.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what that means. But cool.
I don't want to give any spoilers out.
Yeah, yeah.
So shout outs.
Yes, Carson Wentz. Jonathan Taylor, I mean,
Stupid.
he might
You
be
see
the
that
best.
run
Is he the best running back in the league right now?
right now.
Because Dalvin, who?
I think Derrick
Who would I
Henry's
take?
out right now, so I can't put him. Or I'd put him up there.
Yeah, I think JT's definitely up there at top 5 for sure.
Who's 1, 2, and 3?
I'd probably say Dalvin Cook over him.
I can get that.
I might do that.
Jonathan Taylor a little more. He ain't
He's
got
a
hurt
little
this
bit
year, right?
smaller.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Dalvin
If it
did.
was, it wasn't for very long.
Oh, okay.
So
But JT's fantasy points been dumb.
yeah,
Stupid.
ridiculous.
And
So,
Carson Wentz winning games 17-0. He has 5 points of fantasy.
yes, that's what I'm saying.
Like, what are we doing here?
Yep.
Like, bro, it don't make no sense. Another one, obviously. Chiefs and Chargers. Piss me off.
That was so stupid.
Piss me off, boy.
I need the Chargers to win and wouldn't have Denver win. We'd been tied for the first seed. But no, gonna have that happen. Thanks.
So Patrick Mahomes goes down there, plays Justin Herbert, his little brother, so I like to call him. Patrick Mahomes has 47 attempts, 31 completions, 8.7 yards of completion, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Who did what? Burton, the fullback, had a rushing touchdown. Kelsey had 2 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill had 1. Travis Kelce had 10 receptions for 191 yards,
Win dumb.
an average of 19.1 yards a reception. Tyreek Hill had 12 receptions for 148 yards, an average of 12.3 yards a reception.
I seen the fantasy points, fourth quarter, okay? Patrick Mahomes has 6 points, like 11 minutes in the fourth.
I had Patrick Mahomes.
I'm like, I'm rocking. I should be able to win this game.
Yep.
I legit close my app, do a few things, shower, come back, open my app. He has 29.
Yep.
And that fast.
Uh-huh.
Then I got to looking at the other guys. I'm thinking, Chargers, the main 3 people on the team, you didn't think to lock down one of them.
Yeah.
You had no answer for not neither. They all had 30 plus in fantasy, like.
Boy,
So
You can't let Tyreek burn you. And I don't know how you let Travis Kelce score on that play like that.
bro.
He's big and he's great. He might be one of the best in the game for sure, but it looked just all so slow.
You're running to the left. You catch.
he
Stop.
low key got a little bit of wheels.
He do. He got. He's a little black. He caught the ball running left. Stopped. Cut back right. And then cut back left again.
How does that happen?
And the man's 6'6", 6'7", 200 and something pounds, and nobody's within an inch of him.
Nobody, like he was out there running with COVID. Everybody's like, "Oh, social distance."
Yeah,
no, go
yeah.
tackle his ass. What are you doing?
There's no reason as a corner that you should be getting cut on an hour in by Travis Kelce.
Yeah, that's bad.
Just saying. So, yeah, I had Patrick Mahomes on the bench.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Who'd you have start?
I got
Matt
Matthew
Stafford. Yeah.
So,
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm hoping. They play Seattle. So
Watch him play like trash.
Right.
I'd be weak.
I'll cry.
So in my fantasy right now, I have Jefferson playing tonight. Conklin is my tight end. I have Cooper Kupp. He has Dalvin Cook left. I'm losing by 9.
Yeah, you're gonna win.
Hopefully I can win.
You're gonna win.
I hope so.
There's no-
Cooper Kupp got to give me a 20 ball. I'll be all right.
I'm on a bye
don't
this
need that.
week, but I lost Chris Godwin, so
Oh yeah.
that'll be fun to see what I got to do next week.
So my league, one of my pay leagues. So if you win the division, you get your money back.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, which I thought I randomly got a Venmo one day, like $100. I'm like, oh.
We don't have divisions. It's just like 1 through.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think there's only 10 of us.
Some people like that. But there's 12 of us, so we got 2 divisions, and then
Yeah, that makes
I won 8 and 6 both my divisions. Crazy. But yeah, so I'm be in the semis next week, and hopefully go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm luckily winning in the league I started. For some reason, I gotta just put this out here because I'm blessed. I know there's guys somewhere after this. So I have Melvin Gordon, who was questionable going into the week, and he had 7.1 points. Yeah, giving that man the ball. Ramondre Stevenson had 5 points.
Yeah.
You know who his running backs are? Alvin Kamara and Najee Harris.
And they both played trash? Najee played really
They
good.
played like shit.
They both were bad.
Alvin Kamara had 5.1 points, almost tied with Ramondre.
Najee had 5 too, huh?
Najee had 4.6.
Crazy.
Fucking Justin Jefferson already has 11.
Hey, let's go.
Shout out to me. He got a touchdown, first
2
touchdown.
receptions, 30 yards. That's fine. But yeah, man.
Dallas. Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to
We touched on
ask
real
you.
fast.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
go ahead.
Obviously, our defense is
Spectacular.
legit this year for the most part. Dak Prescott is blowing my mind,
$75 million man.
and I was on par with let's do it. Let's see what it is because we get a guy for a while.
Yep.
Cool, but if you cannot throw the ball downfield, there's nothing we can do. And it's not like he doesn't even make deep ball throws a lot of the times. But CD had 3 drops the other day because that's CD's fault. All 3 of those, honestly. But we have too good of a wide receiver core for him not be better and for us to not score more. And you have arguably the best 1-2 punch running backs in the league right now that I could think of with Zeke and Tony. Like Zeke played actually pretty decent yesterday, and then you gave Tony the ball, and he's averaging like 8 yards a carry or something crazy like that.
Right.
And yet we scored 21 points against the New York Giants.
That's it right there.
Who are awful at football.
Yep.
Shitty.
Now, we had all these picks. We broke all these records on defense, yada, yada, yada. But then Dak's like, I made a bet against the defense about who scores more. Well, you're losing the bet, sir.
Yeah, you look awful.
And for us to be successful, we need our offense back because it don't make sense. We got Dan Quinn from Atlanta, who his defense was trash. Great defensive coordinator, obviously. Micah Parsons might be the defensive player of the year, in my opinion. And then our offense is just blah right now. Like just legitimately blah.
How do you score 15 points in the first half against the Giants and then come out and score 6?
You see what I'm saying?
It's the Giants.
6, isn't it? So it's not like we're scoring.
Right.
Kicking field goals. Greg the leg is terrible.
I don't know what that scramble was, but it's 21-6 and it's first down and you're out here running around with the ball. Run the ball,
Right.
Dude.
What McCarthy? What are you doing?
First off, I'm blaming Moore. Because he's a better offensive coordinator than what he's doing.
McCarthy's bad. He's bad.
And if obviously McCarthy's running the show, he not making the right call for Kellen. Kellen ain't making the right calls for our team.
Yeah.
And Dak's not a good enough experienced quarterback right now, in my opinion, like Tommy B, Aaron Rodgers, anybody that level that can make a call for themselves, that's going to be a better play than what the coach just called.
This is his first game where his QBR was over 30 in the last 6 weeks.
30. He gets paid $75 million.
Yeah.
I gave Zeke his kill last year for not doing what he was supposed to be doing. He's back for the most part. Now Dak's screwing us. Playoff time comes. As a Dallas fan, you know what we get. Oh, y'all doing great right now, but y'all going to lose as soon as you get in the playoffs. And if we have to play, I think somebody's saying the Packers.
The Packers or the Rams, I believe, is what it's at right now.
So if we have to play either one of those teams, our offense ain't good enough to beat neither one. And our defense ain't good enough to beat either one. But we can compete.
Right.
But Dak is not going to get it done unless he can figure out what's going on.
And Zeke don't know what he's doing still.
Zeke B. He might run for 8, 9. Well, there was one time he carried the whole team. It felt like 10, 15 yards. But that's, Zeke of old for the most part.
Yeah. Do we want to touch NBA? Not much.
Man, look, the fact they let Kyrie back as a part-time NBA player blows my mind.
Can you pay him part-time money?
I don't look. He already lost tons not playing.
Why are we hating on this one?
No, I'm not hating on it. It's just crazy that he's been out this long, and all of a sudden you're going to say, "Nah, we need you. We need you back to win some games. So we're going to play you everywhere but New York and somewhere else."
Yeah.
He definitely playing Oklahoma and Texas, nigga. They don't give a damn.
Right.
So.
But Kyrie's been out this long for a specific reason. It's because the state says, if you're not going to do this, we're not going to play you. So all of a sudden you're going to change some rules for him?
Yeah.
I didn't even know Kyrie was still alive.
I'm just saying, have you seen him dribble the ball? I mean,
no one said he's not talented.
I'm saying I'm changing the rules too. Shit, if he dribble the ball like that, nigga, I don't give a damn.
But see what happened? COVID protocol.
Yeah, COVID protocol. That
As soon
was
as his ass got
his ass walks in there, and I'm telling you, this is not going to be the last time this happens either.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. You have these mandates in place, but you let an unvaxxed player play that, which is also fine. If it's bad enough for him not to play in Brooklyn, but it's okay for him to play in Atlanta, that doesn't make sense. Because now, let's see Kyrie does get it and gives it to 2 people, and guess what? Now they're on the plane headed back to Brooklyn, and now we don't have just 1 player out. We've got 4 out.
KD, James Harden.
And if you think that, it's not that bad, it is that bad.
Dude, in my fantasy basketball league, 9 of my guys are out.
Yes.
Because of COVID protocols.
Basketball, bam. Hockey, bam. NFL, the Browns are playing with backups and pizza boys.
Yeah.
Like it's rampant right now.
If you check the NBA right now, they're legit bringing up G League guys left and right.
NFL and NBA just came out with hey, if you need to sign somebody for an exemption, we ain't going to hold it against you. Sign somebody, whatever you need to fill your roster, sign them.
So we can get this money.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to keep it rolling anyways. Might as well let them back. I'm saying because everyone, obviously, like you just said, everyone's getting it. Seems like a lot of people on protocol. So it's why not?
Vaxxed or not vaxxed,
Yeah, why not let Kyrie let him play then? I mean,
did you see?
It's already bad enough right now.
What was it, Baker's tweet? And he was like,
he went scorched earth.
Yeah, he said y'all aren't going to test. What happened to not testing vaccinated players? So you can still get COVID even if you were vaccinated.
Right.
So they,
That's not an end all be all.
Right.
There's no vaccine that's 100%
Right.
guaranteed. Like that's
But
not what that works.
he said y'all weren't going to test vaccinated players. So how long have these motherfuckers been having COVID?
Exactly. And he was like, you've only tested 3 teams. What? There's 32 in the league.
That's facts.
You test them if you have, if you're vaccinated, you get tested every 2-3 days. If you're not vaccinated, you get tested every day. If you don't like it, go sit on the couch.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is what it is. You got to wear a
See that
mask. You
picture
got to
that
do
came
this.
out when it was Kyrie
Like-
and Aaron Rodgers just switched jerseys? Come on, cuz.
That's a clean jersey swap. And I'm just saying, because Kyrie going to come back and use the two. I mean, I'm saying, never mind. Let me not go there, bro. I'm going to let y'all rock. Magic play with A's. Now, you can't pass A's on like that, but he
Bro.
was obviously...
What?
Bro, he had to call mad females in an old book telling everybody he had A's. So, I mean, he was spreading that.
He had intercourse with those people.
He was probably fucking
He wasn't
niggas.
just standing in the room with them.
Right.
Magic was fucking everybody back then. It was the 80s. Niggas was on coke fucking everything.
What? Okay.
That was happening.
Them NBA players getting their backbone in.
Whoa.
Magic was
Can
passing
you
on
pause
A's.
that?
That's a fact.
That's
it's the 80s.
I didn't see that.
They talking about they showing that Showtime movie. They making a movie about the Lakers. I'm like, I better see coke and I better see white women and drugs.
What is
a lot of it? You can't talk about the Showtime Lakers. You can't show Magic on the side catching
Yeah,
eight.
that was probably wild back in the day.
But I'm just saying, I feel like
But Will Chamberlain was obviously the
I
worst.
do want to say, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I hate you with everything in me.
Every time.
Because it's every day he's tweeting something. I'm like, why is your old ass on Twitter for one?
Jeez.
Your son out here stabbing people.
Okay.
You always got something to say about LeBron. What did you worry about LeBron for? But anyways, Lakers suck. Bad. They suck.
Damn it.
First off, hold on.
Why?
Blow
Hold
the
on.
team up.
We're not
Trade
gonna say-
AD.
Okay.
Trade
No, first
AD
off,
bum ass anywhere.
I agree with that. He's never going to stay healthy as long as he plays, and the fact he's out 4 weeks does not help our team. Now, LeBron's going to find a way to win some games for the most part.
He's
with
playing the
guys
second
he
or
got.
third most minutes right now.
Obviously,
That's not gonna work.
Right?
He's not gonna find
and
nothing
so,
out no
and
more.
so
It's over with.
Yeah,
Reeves,
that's done.
Reeves made the big shot the other day, so they're going to play him.
Say that again?
Russell
Who made the shot?
Reeves.
That's fucking pathetic. That
Well,
Reeves.
Reeves is good.
He's
Reeves,
good, but I'm
Reeves is
saying,
way better
you
than
look at
Giddey.
that Lakers roster-
Reeves a blast Giddy.
Ding ding ding.
Come
Are
on.
you ready to rumble?
You look at, but I'm saying, you look at the Lakers roster. You say who the game on the line? Who you gonna pass it to? You're not gonna say Reeves.
Out of the people they got, I don't even know who Ellington is.
Wayne Ellington.
But my point being
I'm
is-
telling you, Trevor Ariza just got back. He's 7,500 years old. Nobody knows who he is.
Okay, first off, he locked down any player.
Malik Monk is awful. Who else we got on the team that I'm not thinking of? Russell, we not passing to him late no more.
I promise you, I thought he was about to shoot that three.
Can't
He passed
bet.
one. I swear I thought he was about to shoot that three. Because he shot one and he made it. I was like, Russell Westbrook shooting that three and making it is probably the worst thing he could probably do.
that'll ever
I was like,
It's
oh,
horrible for him.
hell.
Because he thinks I can shoot another.
Exactly. Everything aside. Because I switched it over and I was like, all right, let me, no, I was watching,
Yep.
I think I was watching the NFL game and I switched it back over because I saw Twitter going crazy. And I switched it right as he hit that three and I was like, oh, dear God.
Because
That's the worst thing ever.
He watched Tony talk about how he
Yeah, right, exactly.
what you call
and
it,
then,
that rule.
When that, and I thought he was about to shoot that three. That when the possession that they had, that Austin Reeves made that three.
Yeah.
I thought he was about to shoot that three when he pump faked. He was wide open. I was like,
Yeah.
oh dear God, don't do it. And then when he just runs into the paint, I was like, here comes
Turnover. A
the
terrible shot.
Russell Westbrook special.
Yeah.
It is when he leaves his feet and somehow there's no like, oh, I tried to throw it and it got hit. It's I leave my feet and the ball just goes flying
Somewhere.
somehow. I've never understood how that happens.
So he
He
made
pump
it-
faking. That's the question.
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody was worried about.
There's
When it's
nobody
funny,
over there.
There was nobody.
I'm telling you, I thought he was going to turn that ball over.
Let him shoot it.
Oh my God! If I
Oh
turn that ball over, I
my
was
God.
gonna so
The
service.
fact that he lip fakes blows my mind.
Right.
So then
shit's
he
horrible.
drives. He does the point guard Russell thing we need him to do. He makes the right play.
Facts.
LeBron is the only person on the earth that if he makes that pass, it's a problem.
Yep.
That's true.
Reeves hit it. Okay, cool. But we go back to talking about the team again. Bazemore, he ain't been good in a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
Dwight Howard is horrible. DeAndre Jordan's horrible.
Yeah, it's just like
You just and Reeves is kind of moving his way up the roster. Like I'm probably better than everybody. And no disrespect, IT might actually be a good backup for Russ. He might be the better option at backup for Russell Westbrook. IT for that second round. Melo obviously still healthy doing him, but LeBron has the players necessary for him to squeeze a few games. They're 16 and 14, I think. 15 and 15, maybe.
Hey man, they horrible.
Kendrick
LeBron got to do
They're-
everything.
Kendrick Nunn has a bone bruise.
He
They're
been hurt all
pathetic.
season.
That team
DeMar
is
had a 40 piece
pathetic.
against them yesterday. Or the other day.
LeBron is
DeMar
doing
did
things-
that for revenge though. He
Yeah,
said,
he
LeBron,
did.
you know what you used to do to me?
Used to whoop
That's
my
right.
ass back in Toronto.
That's
You
right.
not gonna do- yeah.
That last play was on LeBron. He
But the
daggered
thing
it on
is, did
LeBron.
you see the last play? LeBron was battling his butt off that last play.
he was.
Reed block shot, box out, long rebound. He closes out. They lift fake. He hits a tough midi. Right before that, he was guarding DeRozan, who shot a tough midi and missed it on him. So LeBron's legit having to do everything for his team at a 37. He's 37 now, or coming next week, he's 37 years old.
Next week he'll be 37.
I just say this: everyone better be glad Bronny is, because I think that's the only reason why he's still playing right now.
That's it.
Oh,
Because
it
he
is.
wants to play with Bronny. If that's not the case, he out of here, bro. Because there's no reason to play
the
right
thing is
now.
about LeBron, he really cares about his fans, so he will legit play as long as his body will let him for us to watch. Because somebody tweeted the other day, and it went a long ways. It's gonna be so different when he does not walk out on the floor no more.
Absolutely.
Our league, honestly, no disrespect to everybody else, will be boring.
Absolutely.
For the most part, because you're looking like, who do I want to watch? Ed Segumbo, Kevin Durant,
Zion Williams.
Giddy.
Bro, what happened
he's
there?
about to retire.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Yo.
I thought of all of y'all as soon as I saw that shit pop down.
You talking about he come back next week? What you talking about?
What
I'm
you
talking about
talking
Zion.
about, bro? He's gonna quit.
What happened? Can somebody? I don't know. I'm
He
not.
on Greg
what
Oden type
happened?
injury type stuff.
So hold on. So he was hurt. That's why he hadn't played all year, right?
Right.
And then he comes back to basketball activities and
he
gets hurt again.
No, he says my recovery just wasn't right.
What does that mean?
You've been sitting at home eating Cheetos for 7 months. How is? And so DJ, who obviously Zion Williams is the god of basketball,
What is going on?
is not good.
Y'all was comparing him to Giannis and shit.
He was. Tony wasn't comparing Zion.
Julius Randle and
Julius
Giannis
Randle will feed Zion 100 and 100.
Oh,
I don't care
bro.
what you're talking about.
Right now.
Julius is.
What do you
is just
mean?
Dumb.
At his current weight.
If you look at Julius Randle's career so far versus Zion's,
There's no career.
Yeah, I was going to
most
say.
not looking
improved player
good,
of the
bro.
year.
It's not looking good for Zion at
It's
all.
not. It does. So what happened? He broke his foot.
No, nobody knows.
I think what happened was his foot, and he was recovering. I think his weight gain
His weight gain
something to
fucked
do with his
foot.
injury.
What,
Yeah.
How did he? How does he gain that much weight? Like,
He
what
in
is
New
happening?
Orleans.
He the only NBA
He
player.
in New
What are you
Orleans.
talking about? That nigga is in New Orleans. Not in Florida where the beach at and it's nice outside. That nigga ain't nothing to do in New Orleans but eat.
Just gumbo.
So my
Always.
thing, he the only NBA player in the league without a chef. No chef.
Yeah. He don't want that shit. He don't want nobody telling him what to eat.
God,
That's if he was lining up on a D line or like a linebacker, I'd be terrified.
he could come play for Dallas right now. We'll take him. We'll let him play nose guard right
You know
now.
it's
bro,
crazy. Like Tony said, nobody knows. Usually they have a report on why somebody's out. There's nothing in his description.
I'm telling you,
that's
It
wild.
literally said, I read
Anything.
the report and it said something like, somebody has injury prolonged, but I also read an article about it. It's really his weight is the problem.
That's wild.
And it's messing his foot up.
Nigga fat.
He's like up in the 300s.
He does not weigh too
Now
much.
the conspiracy is he trying to do this to get out of New Orleans, but I'm like, oh, that might be true.
I think
weighs
so.
300
I
pounds?
James
But you
Harden
can't
did it.
gain that much weight. It's not like James Harden. Your body's different, dude.
Yeah,
if you
he's
get
big.
He
fat,
came in big.
your body's made to be fat.
Yeah, he came in
So
big.
if you're gonna gain weight, ask Shaq what happened when he gained weight.
That's Charles Barkley.
All of a sudden, he got knee sleeves and stuff.
You're right. Yeah.
Now you can't jump no more. Obviously, can't practice. So what are we doing here?
I feel like the league is just passing him. You got Anthony Edwards, John Morant, all these people that were like
Anthony
in
Edwards
around his
going
class.
crazy.
Going
They're
stupid.
just passing him. Like he's just sitting there. And
And his favorite
That's
fan,
wild.
who's sitting to my right, was acting like he was king of all do all. and I told you back then, he's buns.
He's not.
I thought he was good.
At what?
you.
Tell me what he was good
He
at.
averaged 25 points a game.
No, I thought he was good.
Nobody has showed me a highlight where he did things good.
What are you talking about?
All he
His
did
first
was-
game, he was
all he did
balling.
was
What did he
dunk.
like 6 or 7 threes that
All
day?
he did was dunk.
He shot the
He
three.
made the three. Cool. Whatever. Is that amazing?
What
for
you
us
mean
now?
Zion ain't got no bag?
What is it?
What does Giannis do that's different?
Now he can shoot. He put the ball on the floor, mix you
Giannis
up.
can shoot now. Don't do that.
A little
His
bit.
midi
A
go
little bit.
crazy.
He can shoot a little bit.
Zion,
Giannis.
Greek, his game's starting to go
It's
a little.
starting now at 26.
Right.
Yeah, but
That's
after
fair.
he won the championship,
But Greek
he got in the bag. So
Greek
he has
didn't
a
gain 700 pounds and got hurt all his whole career.
Okay.
He goes to Greece. They let him eat out there.
Giannis's first
Did
4
Zion
years.
need to take his ass over to Greece and hang out?
In his first 4 years, Giannis was not getting bigged up the way that he's doing now.
Because he was a little man. He
Yeah,
didn't have
Giannis
the
was little.
expectations of I'm King
Giannis
God.
was little. But see, like, Zion came into the league and he was like a big dude. They immediately said once he got drafted, like, "Hey,
You
what's
got
the
to.
diet look like?"
Yeah.
But
like he
looked-
should have been losing
looked
weight when he got
good,
into the
though.
league.
He
Yeah.
looked good.
But
Like
no,
that way
even
you can-
still,
you
like
can-
he was still way too heavy to be playing basketball.
And jumping the way
That's
he
a
wants
big
to.
dude.
That's fair.
That's-
the way,
that's
the way
like-
he was jumping, yeah.
Can
That's
y'all
like
think anybody
lean,
else
man.
that's been that size and jump like that?
Charles Barkley.
He didn't jump like that,
But
but
play
yeah,
like that.
athletic like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm playing athletically like Zion. I can't. Think
Not of that size, no.
I'm trying-
I mean, you
it's-
could probably say Sean Kemp, but he wasn't even big like that.
I'm
He
trying to
was
think of
down.
like how to explain the type of like big that he is.
Yeah. Pause.
Like he
Country.
was swole.
He
You see what I'm
country.
saying?
to explain how big. It's my fault.
Like that
Where
fool
you
was
from?
like swole.
Where you from?
South Carolina.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Like he was like
country
swole,
fan.
swole. Like like there's dudes that are like toned,
Yeah.
like Kyle Lakin, for example. Like, but he's not like just Kyle Factor.
Yeah.
Break
Those
it
are two
down
different
for us.
people.
Yeah,
That's
come
the
on.
thing. He got
You see what I'm saying?
he got out his parents' house. That's what happened. Because if you see him in high school, he wasn't just ginormous. He was physically fit kid. You see him in
Yeah.
college, he's still a good size.
Hold on, cuz. What you talking about? When he was playing, do you see that picture where he's standing next to the little white kid?
I'm talking
It
about
was
weight wise.
like you talking about a high school senior versus
Weight.
a college senior.
Weight wise.
Looked like his daddy times 2. He was huge.
Just saying, he wasn't as big, heavy as he was now in high school that he was the whole time. It's like once he got to the NBA and he started being able
Yeah,
to do
that's
whatever the
true.
fuck he wanted to, he swole
He
up
gained
like
weight in the wrong place.
He
I
gained-
bet you he's been.
When he broke that shoe, his career was done for.
Wow.
I bet you he's been between 250 and 300 his whole
That's
high
wild.
school.
He's that
NBA.
big?
Yes.
I'm hearing
He was
reports he's in the
60 when he got
threes.
drafted.
He was what?
That commercial, bro, he looked like
Half-
rough.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Like I'm sitting there. That's what it
LeBron,
looked like.
250. Look at how LeBron built.
LeBron was
Zion could
250.
easily.
He's 6'8". I mean, it's 2 inches. But
They got him 6'6". They got him 6'8", 235.
Yeah.
He's definitely 250,
Hit
bro.
235.
Yeah.
LeBron ain't been 235 since his high school days.
He's 250.
That's what they be.
But I'm
asking.
saying
He's like
Zion-
250, 260
Zion
easy.
could be built the same way.
LeBron is like a
Sack of
lean
potatoes.
He's
type
6'6"
of
though.
like he's a very like fit in shape type of big.
Yes.
Zion looks like he's about to go put shoulder pads on. type
I
of
understand. I'm
big.
saying if Zion cut down, like he could be potentially
He needs
bulky
to-
and not so damn fat.
Yeah, you instead of like eating 6 pounds of chicken, you need to do like this much like meals. Yeah, you need like this little bitty meal, and instead of out there trying to like bicep curl 130, no, you need to do like 10 reps of.
But
core.
my issue is
Cardio.
we're
Yeah,
talking about an
there you go.
individual who's in the NBA who probably has the best nutritionists, best health
World.
coaches,
Yeah, there's just-
best
yeah.
chefs. Like they probably got people that trying to feed him whatever he supposed to be eating, and on the side he go to McDonald's and going dumb.
yeah, that's
He ain't going to McDonald's and New Orleans. I don't know what he doing.
he trying to.
Oh, he going to the shrimp spot down the road.
Nigga, and there's Popeyes, goddamn.
Papa
Y'all been
Do's.
on goddamn
Nah, I ain't
them
been-
food places down there, goddamn.
That's different now. Man.
Yeah,
it
New
look
Orleans
different.
food is.
And I'm be like, damn, this shit was made back in the slave days. Y'all,
Yeah.
this be the way the shit's called, the food they be cooking. I'm like, this is some racist ass. Let's get all the black people fat. Send to Alabama. Never mind, let me stop. But anyways,
Oh yeah.
DJ I'm just saying, that's what it seemed like. But anyways, yeah, Lakers suck.
Lakers suck.
Thunder on the come up.
Hey, talk to him.
Talk to him. Tell
Yes,
him
sir.
Shy Gilly. Come here.
First off,
Hold on,
hey,
hold on,
58
first
days.
Stop.
Joshua
Say-
Giddey
So
has.
something stupid. Say
Devontae
something
Graham
stupid.
didn't cash them? Devontae
First
Graham
off,
cashed
hold on.
them?
That was a ridiculous ass shot. That was so stupid.
Come on, come
Boom.
No, that full court
Off the
heat.
glass,
That
SJ,
full
like, he
court
don't like
heat.
that.
Yeah.
That was a bad shot by SGA. I didn't like
It
that at
was
all.
terrible.
Because they're trying to foul him.
That
was
looked
terrible.
awful. It looked like he didn't even look like he tried to get the shot up. Like
No,
it looked like he just
they were
earned it.
trying-
Shows
they were
that he's
trying to
goated.
foul him.
He's goaded. That's all
Who
it
is?
is. Shay. Don't act like he ain't
Goated?
hooping. He's goaded now.
Is he a top 20 guard? in the
Devontae
league?
Graham is more of a goat then.
We talking about Oklahoma City Thunder. We ain't talking about
Oh,
what's
okay.
going on.
On the Thunder, of course he's
I'm
goated.
saying
he's
that
Michael Jordan.
we put in the New Orleans and the Thunder up to 7 games. Thunder winning that.
No.
You betting 50 on that?
I bet. Where's Brandon Ingram at?
No.
I'm being dead ass.
New Orleans.
Is he hurt?
He's still-
No, he's been playing.
Playing what?
Basketball.
In what league?
NBA.
I haven't
He
heard
played.
not a
Yeah, he
single.
played against the Thunder the other
Nigga,
night.
I ain't heard a single thing.
He
about
balled. What you
Brandon.
mean? He took over the second half.
I haven't heard of nothing
You know
about
who I
him.
ain't got text about in a while? It's Kyle Kuzma. I ain't got no text about him in a while.
You know what? Because the Wizards is doing what?
I ain't got no.
Because you know what? The
nothing.
Wizards is out there hooping and winning. Ain't nobody care no more.
No, my thing is you was acting like he was king.
Because he
king
is,
Toad,
nigga.
okay?
What? Hey, I ain't got to say nothing no more. Proof in the pudding.
Their
What they
whole
doing?
roster different. It's not just because of him.
Hey, Tony. Brandon Ingram had 34 points, 8 rebounds, 4
Yeah, I bet say he
assists
balled out the other night.
against the Thunder.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
you
wasn't
you
stupid.
watching the game. You watching Giddy running around Pauls.
Look, like I said, ain't nobody worried
With
about
17
Hey.
points.
at all.
Joshua Giddey has 58 days to record a triple double.
Okay.
And
Or
the
he'll
funny
be
thing
the
is, you
youngest
niggas is
player.
comparing Devontae Graham and Brandon Ingram to who? Fucking
Who is?
rookie, basically.
Who is?
Y'all niggas.
SGA and him and Devontae
We were
Graham
talking
in the
about
league at the same
SGA.
time.
Yeah, nigga, but this nigga, who said had 17 points?
I said Josh Giddey had
Yeah,
17.
nigga, exactly. Nigga, watch your mouth.
And a loss.
Bro, on a ridiculous shot, you could live with that.
Come on, bro.
Shea Gilgeous is more ridiculous.
No, that was that was-
that was, that's,
But-
No,
Okay,
it's
let's
not.
touch on him
Shea
before-
Gilgeous
before
been
we get
hitting
off
shots
here.
like that all season. Nigga,
Shout
random
out-
weird shit. It don't matter.
Shout out to Wardell.
How many times y'all seen full court heaves been thrown? Nobody. That doesn't
Wardell.
happen.
Steph Curry do it a lot.
Wardell.
that's one of the time
Full
of the
court
generation.
heaves to win the game.
Steph Curry do it a lot.
Tell me 5 times you seen a nigga hit high school, college. Oh no, I'm not cool. College.
I actually played
high
with one.
school. High school.
I actually
hold
played
on.
with one.
Okay, but high school and NBA.
So
Have you
Blake-
seen a full court heave to win the game?
Blake Portland, when I played, did that same shot and at Westmore when I was a junior. That you can ask Hodge. We were talking about
That's
it.
fine with me.
That's one. You said high school.
Okay. NBA.
College, I can't think of. NBA, Steph Curry did last year.
I took out college because college, I feel like shit like that do be happening.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about NBA. You don't see niggas just in full court heat.
Not full court.
That was
Half
three
court,
quarter. That was
three
three quarter.
That's still either way.
I don't give a damn from Devontae. If it's Steph Curry, I'll live with it. I'm not saying Devontae Graham is good, but I'm saying come
It's
on.
a
Okay, I was
heat.
gonna
You
say.
take the chance. His percentage is like 10%.
But that doesn't make you any worse because he makes it.
I didn't say that. I'm just
Yes,
saying you
you did.
lost.
All right.
A loss, a loss. I don't care how you see
Yeah,
it.
because
But-
that sidestep shot that looked like it came from the hip from Shea Gilgeous before that was.
I didn't know what
Wow.
that
Y'all
was.
Than I
not
would-
understanding. They were
Look
trying to
like-
foul him.
You
He was trying to
understand?
get fouled.
I
and
watched
more.
it. I watched it. It was like, it's Shea Gilgeous, man.
So that's normal for him?
Did you see what he did just last night, or was it the night before?
So that's
Against the
normal for him?
Clippers?
If that
I talked to him.
nigga awkwardly shoot all kind of shit. To me, his whole play, his whole
awkward.
game,
He's got like a
He
push
always
shot.
been
I feel like
kinda
he's just
awkward.
awkward. So I'm like,
Yeah, it's
that
just
nigga
weird.
just hoop
Yeah.
like that.
Dennis Schroeder's better, but it's okay.
Then who?
That nigga with that bitch ass pump fake he be doing. Him and Russ pump fake the worst pump fakes in the world. Like
But-
we know you're gonna pump fake it.
SGA can shoot though a little bit. I mean, Schroeder.
He can.
He's
a little bit.
pathetic.
Okay, but shout out to Steph Curry.
Yes.
An all-time record, man. That's
Yeah, that was
incredible.
extraordinary.
The fact that, everybody's like, the fact that he done in so many more games, like he's in a 3-point shooting era that he created.
Exactly. Thank you.
So, that's on his situation.
Trey
Ray
Young's
Allen ain't
been
never
that.
just been up throwing the ball. He was kind of a dunker and all that first early. Reggie Miller, obviously, I'm not a big fan of Reggie, but obviously he was a
What's wrong
great
with
shooter.
Reggie?
too. I just everybody give him his praise like he was this
Okay.
great.
Was he
but I'm
not?
like,
I'm confused.
to me, I'm like, I watched him a lot of things, rewatch games. I'm like, Reggie's just a normal guy in the league. Like maybe Dame Lillard, maybe.
So he couldn't shoot.
No, he could shoot. That funky
Yeah, Alex,
jumper.
you can't do that because niggas is gonna get on you about Will Chamberlain.
That funky jumper. That funky jumper was wet.
Will
But Steph
Chamberlain,
Curry.
Kareem, the disgrace of the NBA.
No, it's okay.
And I
Steph-
said to both
Right.
them 7-foot nigga faces, both of them said both you niggas suck.
but Steph Curry's gonna make a record that's unreachable.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
absolutely.
sure.
Trey Young's gonna beat it easily.
No, he's not.
5,003 made threes or some shit.
Trey Young
Nah.
came in the league busting threes. He's gonna beat it.
So does Steph Curry.
He's gonna be number 2 probably. Yeah, I'll say that.
I think
No,
James
Klay
would
Thompson
be-
has a better chance to be number 2 than
Yeah.
Trey.
Look up where Klay Thompson is on that record list.
Look up where Trey is.
Yeah, Trey Young is his what?
fifth
Third
year,
season?
fifth.
Clay ain't playing 2
Sorry.
seasons.
But
Hey,
Klay,
Clay's
Clay's
going
been
to
in
come
the
back with a
league.
vengeance. The
Clay
Warriors
coming
have
back
something to
and
deal with.
might only shoot threes.
I'm not
that's
worried
true.
about Klay Thompson
Why
Out
not?
of your
because I
mind.
watched Kyrie Irving single-handedly fuck on that
Oh,
nigga a whole
God.
series. I didn't give a damn about Klay Thompson after that.
Okay, now Kyrie and him play the same amount of games this year.
And Kyrie gonna come back, and if they play Kyrie, smoke that man.
You want to? I bet you, if when Clay come back, he gonna give Kyrie 25 plus. If he guarding him,
Oh, I'm
Kyrie
here
don't
for
want
this.
that.
I'm here for
James
this.
ain't guarding him.
Hold on.
James damn sure ain't guarding him.
So you telling me?
and Clay might sit on Kyrie. Talk
Hold
to
on,
him.
have
Pause.
you looked at that list? Klay Thompson's not up high on that list.
No, he ain't playing 2 seasons, Alex. That's a lot of that's
That's a lot of
that's
threes.
160 games.
I don't care.
That's a fact.
And
though.
playoffs.
Still on that list, it's really low.
He said,
Well, no, duh.
Like,
but if
you
he,
think you would
but if
think
he
it was higher. I
if he
don't-
played 160 games, he would definitely
Look
be
up
on
that
that
damn
list.
list. No, I'm just saying. I was surprised when I'm thinking Clay's gonna pass it, but when I seen the list, I'm like, oh, he's not even.
No, Clay
close.
not gonna pass nobody.
no.
Now he gonna be up there.
top
closer.
5, maybe top 10, top 10 probably. Because he's not. He's
So
really
it's
down
Steph
on that
Curry,
He's 2 seasons out.
Ray
Steph
Allen,
Curry,
Reggie Miller.
Reggie.
I don't know who the 4 and 5 are, but
list.
Shit, I know James Harden up there.
That's what I'm saying. When I seen James Harden was up there, I was like caught off guard that Clay wasn't above him. But I get what you're saying.
James Harden's 4th, Kyle Korver, Vince Carter, Jason Terry, Paul Pierce, and Dame.
What the
are all
fuck? Vince Carter?
That's what I'm saying.
hold on. The last 6 years of Vince Carter's
He
career,
was just a 3-point
What I'm saying,
shooter.
where Klay Thompson at? It's like number 30, I want to say.
Still going.
You know, that's what I'm
KD's
saying. He'll hit
26,
14 in a
Steve
quarter.
Nash 27.
Klay Thompson is down there. And I know what you're saying with 2 seasons,
yeah.
but I'm just like, I think Trae Young's going to get up there. I think Trae
How
Young-
the f- is this man on the list?
Russell
Why is he there?
Westbrook.
Yes.
because in Oklahoma City he used to fire
He
this
shoot
thing.
the fuck out that ball. Now, is it going to go in? I don't
That's
know.
that's why he look at LeBron like, nigga, you act like I don't hit threes. Better check where I'm at. Better check where I'm
You
at.
still not there. What number you at?
Klay Thompson has made 1,798 threes.
And Steph's at 3,000
He's at like 290 or 2,900 something. So he's made
more.
yeah.
But I want to say I feel like Klay Thompson's he's don't get me wrong, shoot threes, and I'm acting like I know basketball. I'm saying I feel like he does is good at the mid range and dunk it too. I feel like Steph wholeheartedly would just shoot threes, and I
So-
feel like I'll see Clay be more diverse.
This nigga shoot
And also
14
do
threes.
The thing is, difference between
Steph? That's what I'm saying.
difference between the individuals. Clay never dribbles,
That's yeah.
and he never has to. Steph dribbles a lot, so that's why Clay ends up shooting real, spot up 3, come off the screen 3, midi. He don't really got to do too much padding.
So I'm saying I don't really see like.
That's
don't
why
see
I
him
feel like
catching.
he could get up there because because realistically on his team he's a spot shooter.
Clay's 21. Sorry.
21.
21.
Bro, that's not far.
Trae Young passing that nigga.
Who's above? What's the numbers above him? Say the 5 numbers above him.
Clay is 21, Paul George is 20, Kobe's 19, Chauncey
Paul
is 18, and Kyle Lowry is 17.
Kyle Lowry.
He passing all those.
Yeah, he's passing all those with it.
Yeah.
And then Trae
So he'll be
Young's
top 15.
Trae gonna be top 10.
What's Trae Young on there?
5.
He probably up. He probably got 9.
Yeah, don't disrespect my nigga Ice Trae, bro.
I love Ice Trae, but Trae get a lot of floaters and a lot of minis and a lot of free throws.
That's fair, but
Jason
he
Kidd
shoot
is
the damn
12.
that. He shoot the
Who?
damn
Jason
three ball.
Kidd is 12.
He shoot that damn 3 ball. So I'm just.
That's facts.
I feel like Trae, since Trae seen Steph beat, I think Trae's gonna. That's part of Trae in his head. Like I want to do that shit too.
You know who's in 8th place? OG GOAT, Jamal Crawford. Shout out to him.
Jesus God.
I can't believe he's not in the league.
Bruh, he's nice.
50.
Who
Yeah,
gives a damn?
Trey's back there.
Yeah.
He nice.
Have you not seen that nigga still?
He go crazy, yeah, but obviously he can't guard the soul. That's why he's not in the league.
Carmelo can't even.
That's facts. But he's playing with LeBron James. Jamal Crawford will play if he playing with LeBron James.
Trey has 575.
Come on. What?
2,400 behind Steph.
And he's only in his 5th year in.
He 1,200 behind Clay, and Clay about to play again.
So you don't think Trae's gonna get up there?
Now, I don't know if he'll catch Clay.
It's a big ask. We shall see on the next episode.
I like Trae.
Right.
I like Trae Young a lot. That's all. I like Trae Young.
So,
I think he should.
real quick, I'll just go through these since we didn't touch too much on the NBA. This is going to be everybody where they're ranked, at least the top 6, not the play-in playoff teams. The Brooklyn Nets in the East are number 1. Chicago Bulls are at number 2. The Cleveland Cavaliers are number 3.
That's wild.
Milwaukee is number
My nigga
4.
Kevin Love.
Miami Heat is number 5. And the Washington Wizards and Kyle Kuzma at number 6.
The 76ers at.
The 76ers are at 9.
Oh,
Behind
What?
Charlotte and Boston.
I didn't realize that.
When did that happen?
Ben Simmons coming. Well, Joel Embiid
That's
didn't
gonna be
play for
worse.
a while.
Yeah.
Joel Embiid didn't play for like
So
2-3 weeks.
Atlanta Hawks are at number 11, and the New York Knicks are at 12.
Bing bong.
In the Western Conference, the Phoenix Suns are number 1. The Golden State Warriors are number 2. Utah Jazz are number 3. The Memphis Grizzlies are number 4, without a Ja Morant for like 4 or 5 games, which I thought was very
He's
interesting.
about to be back though.
Yeah, that's true.
On the way back.
The LA Clippers are number 5. The Denver Nuggets are 6.
Well, it's gonna be Suns and the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals.
Yep.
And I don't give a fuck about the Eastern because
Portland's at 11, and the Mavericks are at 9.
they finna blow up the Portland Trailblazers easily.
They got
this
you.
year. They're
Got
gonna
you.
blow that
Dame
shit.
going to LA next year. Talk
Clippers. I guess Kawhi's not coming back.
No, he ain't come back this season.
No, hell no.
He said he not.
No, if Kawhi has told you anything without saying anything, is that he does not come back unless he is 1,000% healthy.
That nigga making albums.
He ain't coming back
I
at
saw
all.
a picture
this
of him the
season.
other day. He looked so skinny, bro.
He's not coming back this season.
He's making albums.
Clippers are
Okay,
Better than the
well, that's-
Lakers?
I
Is
can't-
that
I
what you're
can't-
going to say?
Suns or the Warriors win championship. It's easy money.
Clippers, Lakers play 7. I bet any of y'all Lakers win.
I do too.
Are you fucking high?
You fucking
Have you seen the Lakers play basketball?
Yeah, have you seen the
Have you
Clippers?
seen AD bum ass?
Paul George is pandemic P for a reason.
Hey, look, I'm with you, but I think Paul George might fuck on
He
the
said,
Lakers
hey.
right now. The Lakers suck. Well, I watched the game. I'll be sitting there like, what in the hell is going on?
This is bad. Yeah, they're pretty bad.
They're bad. Like,
are we-
more than bad.
That's
We'll,
good.
we'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Okay, so Friday is game time, right?
Yes, next
The
What you
Playoff?
talking about?
college football playoff.
yeah,
Oh, my
yeah.
fault.
Saturday, right?
Friday? No, it's Friday.
Oh, Friday.
New Year's Eve.
Oh, okay.
New Year's Eve, we got
So what you trying to do? What we trying to do? Record Monday for sure, or
Well, that's something. I'm down for
Oh, okay.
whatever. For sure.
Yeah,
I
I'll
didn't
be
know if
there.
like
I'll
we were
be there.
doing like look aheads or calling out nothing or what's up. But
Yeah.
I guess that's next week. So.
Yeah, we'll just wait. We'll wrap it up here.
all right, man. We appreciate y'all for coming kick it with us, man. I know we took a little break, but we back at it like a crack at
it was fun,
bad
baby.
habit, man. You boys is back. That's episode 34 of the From the Jump podcast. We out.